Seek the Lord continually and seek his strength. And do so every day. That's what the Bible enjoins us to do. We're awake today, and here is to another morning of trying it again, another morning of planning your day, another morning of giving God glory and committing the rest of the day into his hands. Here at Dominion TV, we do so by Wake Up Africa, sharing information with you that will shape your day and shape your future also, one conversation at a time. Hi, my name is Precious Biadala, and you're in for a treat today. Let's take you through a little bit of what you should expect today. Well, which of these people are you? Let's be, really plain with ourselves. Are you the type that will just eat anything, anytime, whatever, and your body doesn't show it? Or you're the type that reacts to certain kind of foods, but you still would ignore it, eat it anyway? Are you the type that would tell your friends, the Lord will take care of my health even when I eat anything or I do anything with my body? Well, today we want to know the balance between faith and exercise or fitness, right? Now, should the Christian be concerned about their fitness, or it's unbelievers who should go to the gym and everything, because the Lord will keep us awake and alive and strengthened? Well, because his word tells us that it's like strength to our bones. Well, that discussion is going to come up today. Then we'll know whether it is good for us or for you to hit the gym sometime or to take your health seriously. There's also going to be Ask the Doctor today. The last time we had this session, I was really thrilled by the questions that came up. That means that people are actually going through lots of things. But you're not left out. You can also share with us today what you're going through. Call in, ask the doctor, and then she'll be sure to alleviate all these your fears. Let's use this opportunity to say a big thank you to the Bank Hospital for supporting the morning show. There's going to be the regulars. There's going to be weather. There's going to be birthdays and many, many, many amazing things. There's going to be sports too. Whew, are you ready for this? I am ready. Let's take a breather, and then we'll take the weather and the roller coaster.
I want to welcome you to Wake Up Africa Morning Show. If Africa has ever needed to wake up, it's now. I promise you that this Wake Up Africa Morning Show will impact your life. It will illuminate you. The Bible said that thy word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path. You need this insight. You need the understanding required to make all the difference in all of our lives. I want you not just to tune in to the Wake Up Africa Morning Show, but I want you to be a sponsor. I want you to partner with us as we take this Wake Up Africa Morning Show, the inspiration it brings, the impact across all Africa, to homes, to individuals, impacting lives. Join us to make a difference. It is said and believed that in this life, what you do to change the life of others matters than what you acquire for yourself. It is believed that it's not what you have, what you possess that matters, but the difference you made in the life of others. I believe as you partner with Wake Up Africa Morning Show, you'll be joining us to make a difference in the life of so many people out there. Partner with us, and every time we touch a life, you are blessed. Every time we impact a family, you'll be remembered for good. God bless you. Looking forward to partnering with you and tuning in to Wake Up Africa Morning Show.
Okay, now I promised a roller coaster, so we're going to start off with the weather report, and the weatherman is on the line. Good morning, Mr. Solomon.
Good morning, Biadela, the precious one.
Yes, such a delight to hear from you. What should we expect by way of weather reports for today? Probably till tomorrow. Yeah.
All right, thank you very much. And let me first greet our church viewers and listeners of Wake Up Africa on Dominion TV this morning. It's Thursday, 5 days into the new month of June 2025, and we are looking at the weather for the next 24 hours over the entire country and, if possible, tomorrow through to the weekend. Mostly cloudy conditions will dominate the entire country this morning, with mist and fog patches forming over the coastal, forest, and mountainous zones. It will be mostly cloudy in the afternoon with breaks of sunshine across all sectors of the country. There will be some pockets of isolated thunderstorms with or without rain over portions of the coastal, slightly north of the coastal, and parts of the inland areas of Ghana, especially western south areas, late afternoon into the evening hours, before or after 5 p.m. The state of the sea today will be rough. Its roughness will once again continue, so precautionary measures must be taken till it becomes calm. Temperatures will range from 24 degrees Celsius to 31 degrees Celsius over the coastal belt, 23 degrees Celsius to 32 degrees Celsius over the middle sectors, 23 degrees Celsius to 34 degrees Celsius over the transition sectors, 24 degrees Celsius in the morning to 35 degrees Celsius over the northern sectors of the country. The entire West African countries, most countries will have similar weather conditions as Ghana. From tomorrow through to the weekend, we will have a stable weather conditions without any major rainfall activities unless changes come. And if it does, I'll keep you updated for viewers and listeners to be very much aware. Thank you very much, Adla, the precious one.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, the weather prophet. Well, there you have it. The weather is not really, really friendly. And then from the presidency, we're told that we should be extra careful because it's the rainy season or it's the rainy months. And so you want to be careful when you're driving. You want to be careful even when you're home. Stay away from electrical appliances. You want to also be careful even when you're finding shelter, right? When you're outside, stay away from tall buildings and billboards and all of that. And even for our fisher folks, you want to be extra careful whilst you go out fishing, so that at the end of the day, you're alive, we're alive, and we're doing this for God and country. All right, so let's say a big thank you to the Bank Hospital for supporting the morning show. And also, one of the things that actually makes your food taste really great, is rich, is red, is delicious, is Gino tomato paste. So you want to get that. You want to get it for your jollof, for your stews, your soup, and enjoy some great vitamin A, vitamin D3, and all things amazing when it comes to diet, right? And that is also approved by the FDA. Go ahead and enjoy a Gino tomato mix. Let's get ready for some birthdays, shall we? Happy birthday to these amazing people. Yeah, it's your birthday. It's your day, one day out of 365. It's your day, one day out of 365. Happy birthday. Ooh, to you. Happy birthday. Yeah. To you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Share your birthdays with us, right? And if somebody who is special to you celebrating their birthdays, why not? Share with us on My Dominion TV, on Facebook and YouTube, and then we'll be sure to share with the world. We have some special birthdays, but before that, let's say a good morning to the Member of Parliament for why are you laughing? For Udome Cemetery. Yeah. What?
Okay, no problem.
No problem.
No problem.
Wait,
Good morning.
Where do you live?
How do my estate? Not cemetery, no, the estate.
The estate.
There's an estate that's...
Do you know that those who die, they actually put them in an estate? Everybody is there in a gated community.
But I don't live in the cemetery.
Ah.
Yes, the estate is miles away from the cemetery. Anyways, good morning. It's good to have you. It's good to see you again after 2 years. I've not seen you in 2 years.
Yeah, that's why my life has been so straight, so nice. After you came to see chaos.
Everything bizarre. But of course, I miss our viewers as well. It's good to be back. I hope you dealt with the issues yesterday.
Were you watching?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because the body wouldn't let me be.
He would. That would it. That would it.
But I mean, in the middle of all that, we're still praying for you to be able to scoop out the water because we know that there was flood in your house.
There's no...
Was there no flood in your house? Did you swim to work today?
Anyways, do we have any special birthdays today?
Well, yeah. So Becca, who would always have birthdays. Today, the birthday is for their mom.
Oh, their mom.
Exactly.
Okay,
so
great.
Becca and all her siblings are celebrating their beautiful mother. You don't have to wait for Mother's Day. You just have to celebrate her. And they're saying that this is Mommy, Mrs. Hager Obing. Happy birthday to you. Ooh, girl, you get swag. So happy birthday to you. And this is from your girls. This is from, no, actually,
and
this is
from
DNA.
This is DNA.
Okay, so you're confusing me now because
this is DNA.
This is DNA,
right?
the
director, producer of the show.
Okay, can we start this special birthday thing again? Because it has to be clear.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So this is special birthday from Becky and Blessing to their mom. Okay, so that's Mrs. Hager Obin, and that's Becky's mom.
Okay, great.
And then the next one is from DNA, who is our director, producer, warrior. Wood bias, fusion bias. DNA Ato and all his siblings to the Ato and Dogbe family. So this is to DNA's sister, Mercy Ato. Oh, pretty lady. Mercy Ato, happy birthday to you. We pray that your years would be more fruitful and you would laugh the rest of the days, right? Okay, so now that that's out of the way.
Yeah, so quite a number of them. Kelvin Hobedra, you're celebrating your birthday today. So is also Nakal, you're also celebrating your birthday. Okay. And yeah. So these are the birthdays from me.
Before we get on to the news,
right.
Your thoughts real quick on the 1 cedi levy.
I don't mind. I think over the period, what has been the case is not necessarily we paying taxes and levies.
Implementation.
It's about what to use it for and judicious use of it. I think that has been it because, I mean, a lot of people will tell you that years ago we're saddled with a lot of levies and all of that, but continued to become as though we just pay, we don't get it. Of course, you find them also comparing it to other countries where they are paying heavy taxes and they are seeing it.
Exactly.
So that has been the case. And so over time, that has been the core until people got tired and say, you know what, don't tax us again. There are a lot of, seepages and leakages, cover them, block them, and fix them. The other thing about this particular thing is that I think the one man who has a lot of goodwill at this moment is the President of the Republic of Ghana.
Okay.
What I would have thought would have been done from a communications expert is to look at the vessel that has the goodwill and use that to, first of all, tell the story. So if the president were to come and say, you know what, we are at a point where we've seen that the debt is ballooning. And so what we can do is that we'd want to have to, now that the things are going down, let's just slot in so and so. And so I have instructed the Minister of Finance to go to Parliament to do that. It is difficult, but let us do it at this point, because this is the only way out until there's respite. It would have been bought rather than how it was done.
Right.
Right? So they need to watch it. And so, yes, they might not, people are angry that they went and throughout the media, a lot of people didn't know about it. And then the communication from the other side is that, you see, they stayed 12 to pass it when all of you were sleeping. That should not be the case. And so that for me was the only thing that a lot of people were angry about, that, oh, so you did it even without our knowledge. The president should have been the one to just say a few things, you know, appeal to the conscience of Ghanaians.
Right.
So they would have gotten it.
Anyway, so, and also he's a good communicator, I would have
Exactly. So he should have been the vessel, really.
Anyway, well, you can still, also share your thoughts with us, what you think about this new levy. The idea is to help us clear the debts from the energy sector and also to help us cushion ourselves for the future. But if it settles with you, why not share with us? If it doesn't, still share with us as My Dominion TV on all our social media platforms. Let's get ready for Wake Up Buzz now, keeping you updated on what's international and what's local. Okay. Kokuso.
Absolutely. So we'll audit funds regularly and make reports public. And Mahama on one Ghana city fuel levy. That can appease the public. I think time also has to be put to it, where if you are saying that in the interim until we get out of that, you can so maybe give it 2 years. So you cannot tell the time. But you can just say it's not permanent. We might just do it for a while and all of that. So auditing of fund regularly, fine. As I said, a lot of people are not so much angry, but it's just a way that it was done. Exactly.
Okay, let's do right.
As though it just eroded all the gains in the minds of Ghanaians, all the gains that have been made by them.
Exactly.
If you're not communicated well, that's how it is.
See how the minority took it? They said took away e-levy and brought back e-levy. As for opposition, it's not even particularly this. They will always want to write on some of these things. Just pray that one time something will come up and that both majority and minority will agree to it.
They are emoluments.
Right?
They are payments. They are allowances.
No. Not stuff like that.
No, that's all they probably will want to anyway.
Let's shove their money together. Ghanaian students abroad call off planned demonstration. Cite pressure from embassies.
Okay. Right. We'll go into that later.
Okay.
Friday.
That would not be bad at all. Because all these demos, plenty demo.
And now to some very interesting one. Police intercept 1 million Ghana cedis, 1 million Ghana cedi hidden in fertilizer bags on bus. And so it's 1 Ghana, and coins. 1 Ghana cedis, 1 million. So 1 Ghana cedi notes, denomination, and coins. That was what was on the bag. So it was from Volta region, and understandably so, being sent to the Ashanti region. I don't know who decided to do this. Quickly, no, the way it was not. It didn't even look like church offering or anything. No, this is more like from a place. It's more like premeditated sort of a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm sure somebody gave them some tip-off. So it's one Ghana.
Fertilizer bags. Ghana must go and fertilizer bags there. I don't know. They seem to have some very good uses that Koku and I don't know. Utumi's aide, convicted in Galamsey fraud case, fined 200,000. As for that one, I want to take that story real quick. So Thomas Andy Owusu, the aide of Ashanti Regional Chairman of the New Patriotic Party, Bernard Entry Boesiako, popularly known as Chairman Wontumi, has been convicted of corruption by the High Court on Wednesday, June 4th, in connection with the public versus Charles Bisu. Now, Mr. Owusu, the second accused in the matter, was convicted on his plea after entering into a plea bargain with the Office of the Special Prosecutor. He was charged with bribery stemming from Galamsey Fraud Part 1 expose by the outfit of Tiger Eye PR. Is that not the guy that covers his face? Anas, yeah. The expose released in 2019 implicated Owusu and then presidential staffer Charles Bisu in a scheme to circumvent mining licensing procedures in exchange for bribes.
Yeah, so he entered a plea bargain, and of course, he said pay your money and go home.
Hey, Koku.
Yeah.
How sure are we that he won't do it again?
If that's in the wisdom of the Office of the Special Prosecutor, why not? And the most important thing for a lot of Ghanaians is the money.
Paying back.
But they have also said that these are just coins. These coins
compared to how much they've actually spent.
And also the other people who are still off the hook. So get them on, get the big cash and big fishes.
Anyway. Also, and he has gold chain too. Did you say gold?
Minority MPs march to police headquarters over delay in Ablekuma North election results.
Couldn't it have been done without marching?
Well, that's what they've decided
or
to
do. Or they needed maybe some eyeballs.
The least said, the better.
The better, anyway. Yeah. We'll just stick to that. The National Labour Commission declares midwives and nurses strike illegal, orders them to call it off.
Yeah.
See Pastor Badi's reaction yesterday. He was so sad.
So the crux of the matter is that, the National Labour Commission has written to them. The commission further directs. So that in a long, I think I'll read it later when my guests join me. But in effect, that members, it's in 2 pointers after the preamble. That's 2 points. First, that members of the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association resume work at their respective facilities immediately. Secondly, that the leadership of the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association continue with its engagement with the Fair Wages, Salaries and Commission on the implementation of the collective agreement and report the outcome to the Commission by 25th of June 2025.
So I said now they're supposed to go back.
Of course they are supposed to.
Please go back, we beg you, because Ghana needs you. I watched a few videos yesterday of people who didn't even know about this and had to go do routine checks and just a big mess, right? Okay, so I think this will be the last local story. Woman arrested for alleged acid attack on ex-boyfriend in Accra, Koku.
Emotional intelligence.
This is crazy.
It needs to be taught.
And you actually went to the guy's house. He decided to drop you off. And you just wanted to confirm if it's really over. Like, babe, is it really over? And the guy said, yes, we're done for the third time. I'm telling you, I'm done with this relationship. And just pour acid on him and ran away to another country. What was she thinking?
Oh, I mean, people think they can do things and get away with. And also, most especially, as I say, emotional intelligence. It's got to a point where you should know that this thing is not for me. These battles are not mine to fight and all of that. And so you'll just leave it at that. Walk off. But Well, he's destroyed somebody.
Yeah.
And just going to serve it maybe a jail term. Because it's not an eye for an eye. The court will not say you also go, they should pour acid on you. So.
But Koku, be careful now that I know that acid will be poured on you.
I'm extremely careful. Let's do some international news now away from Ghana. Humanitarian crisis in Yemen worsens after WFP halts food shipments.
Well, in Ivory Coast, opposition candidates barred from electoral lists. This is not the man who had the dual citizenship. Yeah, from France. So they finally taking him out of the list. Anyway.
Single storm could push thousands of Haitians into hunger. World Food Program warns as hurricane season begins.
Oh. Hurricane. Ghana, do we experience those?
Very difficult.
Right?
Very, very difficult.
Just subtle earthquakes and all that. Anyway, or earth tremors. 5 humanitarian workers killed in Sudan after attack on aid convoy. Oh my God.
Right. United Nations calls for probe into mass graves at Libya detention centers.
Mass graves. So this Akim dead. Anyway, nearly 100 missing a week after floods tore through Nigerian town. We should be looking
And
at
finally, for international news, South African Rand gains as parliamentary committee backs budget.
the Nelson Mandela's face.
All right, and so that's that for Wake Up Buzz for today, sharing with you, the news making headlines across the world, of course, here in Ghana, where we connect to. These will now dovetail into the news review where we get our guests to share their thoughts on these stories, especially ones that concern the country here in Ghana.
Yeah, sure.
We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk more about the news. But later on, I think Biadela is going to be sitting down with the doctors as well today.
Yes, today is Ask the Doctor. So
Right.
if you want to call and ask any question at all,
Right.
concerning whatever it is.
Right.
we're
And also, we are going to have a segment where we talk about faith and fitness. And so, for some of us, exactly, some of us, we'll continue learning until we get there. We'll see you soon.
It's good to be with you, and thank you for tuning in. Today, I want to talk to you about one of the 5 series of some of my books that have been released. The Bible said, "You err because you know not the scriptures." There is something about having understanding through the study of the books. This book, Beyond the Valley, that deals with mastering of faith, the mastering of the test of love and the test of character and the test of faith I believe will impact your life. So many people struggle at the place of the valley, at the valley. But the valley is not a bad place to be. Whenever you find your place at the valley, realize that the next place after the valley is your journey to the top of the mountain. There is no way you can climb a hill or a mountain in life without going through the valley. So when you find yourself right at the place of a valley, it's an indication that you are about to begin your journey of climbing the mountain or the hill. And so never be afraid when you find yourself in the valley. Every now and then, before you climb a mountain, you will go through a valley. And the valley is part of the process that we all have to go through before we get to the top of the mountain. And so if you are in a valley in your life right now, don't be afraid. Don't be despair. For the prophet said the other day, he said, my enemy, rejoice not over me, for when I fall, I will rise again. Most times when you are down in the valley, it's like that is the end of it, but it's not. That is just the beginning. You will rise again and you will begin your journey from where you are and climb. So get this book, Beyond the Valley, the test of faith, love, and of character. To impact your life, it will give you keys to longevity. God bless you.
I wanted to make it a surprise.
Why?
I knew the dramatic appearance would excite everyone.
I've been looking for you for a very long time.
Why are you so intimidating?
But just complain that I'm fat.
But you are fat.
Here is my son.
Give me what I want and I will set you free.
Stop! Jesus has set me free. Yes, Lord.
I decree today that the power of God that is coming upon your life, no enemy will touch you and go free.
Experience the power. Take dominion.
Say in the name of Jesus.
Name of Jesus.
I prophesy. Doors of favor.
Action Chapel's Dominion Hour. Now, live, this and every Thursday on Dominion TV.
And from today, you will be stronger than any enemy.
Well, so one of the ingredients that can make your stews and soups taste great is Gino tomato mix. It's thick and red, and it's rich as well. Of course, rich in vitamin A, D3, fiber, of course, zinc as well. So if you want to treat your family into very tasty and delicious meals, you want to try Gino tomato mix. And because Gino truly cares. Remember, these advert is FDA approved. Then also is one thing I want to share with you, where to go for medical helps and needs, your medical helps and needs, right? The Bank Hospital is where care meets excellence. You can find them close to NAFTI at cantonments here in Accra, Ghana, or call them from wherever you are in the world to have to book appointments and all of that. They've got that, tele or if you virtual connections, all of that for you. And so you can call them 0302 739 373 0302 739 373. Well, and so that's that for that. But of course, you need to. We're going to be talking about fitness today, and so you must understand that one of the things that I also have to learn how to do is to always stay hydrated. If you stay hydrated, you can stay satisfied as well. And so we are introducing to you the Aqua Clear Mineral Water. Your partner in purity, sourced from pristine locations, treated to perfection. Aqua Clear water undergoes very rigorous filtration and purification, of course, mineralization to ensure crystal clear and healthy hydration for your home, office, or event. You need to get your 20-liter bottle of dispenser today. You can contact them on +233 24 or 024 173 2880 024 173 2880 or 055 94 88707 or visit them at Action Chapel International. Spinktex Aqua Mineral Water, drink purity, feel satisfied. And so that's that. Well, let's now get on to the discussion now. My guests have joined me. One has joined via phone. We understand the Accra traffic is dealing with him this morning. And so we wish you all the best wherever you are. But he's joining us via phone. Dr. Apia Kubi is a development expert and, of course, the Dean for Dominion Theological Seminary is joining us via phone. Of course, in the studio is the forensic scientist himself, and he is also a leader with Next Gen, and also
what again?
A man of a lot of things. Pastor Bernard Adi and Pastor Badi, who has also made a lot of promises to us that by the end of the year, he's going to be doing a lot of things.
Hey, Koku. Okay.
You made promises to us that there will be a lot of development.
Oh, there will be developments.
Yes.
We are here.
All right.
What's your favorite stew of all?
Stew? Am I a stew person?
You're a soup person?
Yeah, more.
Favorite?
Ademe or Amadechi.
Why?
What exactly is why? You asked me a question.
Amadechi.
Yes. So palava sauce. You know.
Right.
Yeah. So palava sauce. And ademe is the green.
Is palava sauce the soup you are talking about?
Yes.
What the one you mentioned?
Amadechi.
Amadechi.
Yes.
That's palava sauce.
Yes.
Why don't you just say palava sauce?
Because people have a lot of way of treating it and doing it. What I am referring to is Amadechi. Yes.
It's different from what we eat.
I'm sure. Because it's been a while I've seen that particular one around.
See, and Ademe, I think I have a fair idea.
Yes,
like
it's a green, yes,
yeah,
more slimy.
greenish, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
I see, but Gino doesn't enter that one.
No. I'm sure for Amadechi,
Gino enter.
I'm not a very great cook.
I wish one day you and Biadela will set the stage for you and you will cook.
Oh.
You lose.
I have given up. I have given up, unfortunately. I know nothing about it.
Oh, you and DNA?
Oh, no.
DNA, you can't.
You still floor me.
Oh, then you are bad.
Oh, extremely.
Then you are very terrible.
Oh, no, but DNA is a good cook.
Really?
DNA is our director-producer, though. He's a very good cook. Yes, extremely.
Pastor Davis.
Oh, yeah, those are hustlers, oh. DNA, Pastor Davis, Frank, all of these guys. Jonas, these guys were hustlers before some of them got married. So they were hustling on this field.
Gino cares for all of them.
Thank you. Gino truly cares, Pastor Davis. And also those of you who are not married, Pastor Davis, Pastor Buddy, Gino truly cares.
It is well.
Thank you.
Oh,
we'll get on to
that. No problem. Let's get to the news. We are inside. Today is me and you here. Good morning, Dr. Piakubi. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
We'll get on to the very first story, shall we? And of course, that has to do with the one Ghana cities. I'm sure you discussed it yesterday. Yeah. And but of course, President John Dramani Mahama is promising some great stuff, and he says that he's going to be auditing the funds regularly and make reports public. Yeah. He wants to be that transparent. So President John Dramani Mahama has mounted a strong defense for the newly approved one Ghana cedi charge on every liter of fuel purchased, calling it a necessary step to rescue Ghana's ailing energy sector and avert a looming power crisis. He was speaking at the presentation of the final report of the National Economic Dialogue 2025 on Wednesday, June 4th. The president said that the decision, though difficult, is grounded in the harsh realities of Ghana's energy debt burden and the urgent need to stabilize power supply. Our energy sector carries a debt burden of over $3.1 billion US dollars, President Mahama said, adding that with an estimated $1.8 billion more required to finance fuel procurement for uninterrupted thermal power generation in the coming months. And so that's the latest for that. He's promised to give us regular accounts and funds and audits and make them even public.
This is very exciting to me,
right?
Especially because yesterday, I think I mentioned it yesterday. Yesterday it didn't come.
Yes.
That the last said your room was leaking. That's why it didn't come. Let's continue.
Okay. It might not be a true reflection of what happened.
It's an actual reflection of matters on the ground.
Yes.
Okay. No problem. So you see, the issue is not with the taxes or the taxation per se. It's with the fact that we can't account for the money when it's taken.
True.
You are taking road tolls, you are taking e-levy, you are taking betting tax. Okay. You know, the irony is the West, which we think is the standard, we don't really say it, but that's what we think. You know, their countries have been developed largely by taxes. And sometimes, even when the footballers we follow, when we look at their salaries,
that's right,
so huge. Yeah. But what they actually get sometimes is about 50% of the amount.
The entire thing is
taxes.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and so if somebody is paid, for instance, maybe £150,000 a week, what they actually get is maybe like 70 or 80,000 because of taxation.
That's right.
Spain, I hear they tax a whole lot. UK as well. But why aren't the citizens complaining as much as we do? Because they can actually see what the money is being used for. The tubes are working. You know, you don't see rough road anywhere, feeder roads. Everywhere is connected to everywhere. You can live in Birmingham and be working in London. You can live in Bristol and be working in London. You know, and you can move from anywhere to anywhere. They can see the money in action. But down here, the fact of the matter is we are very quick to tax, but very slow to use the proceeds.
That's right.
Then we find out certain people, individuals, have unusual access to large sums of money.
That's right.
That they themselves cannot account for.
In the same sector that can be described as struggling.
Exactly. What was this other person? I think it was environment, right?
Yes.
Environment.
Sanitation.
Sanitation and environment. Look at the state of Accra. And she can tell us all the stories she wants to tell us. One of the marks of patriotism and one of the true marks of being an honorable citizen or a citizen that's ready to die for country is not only do you use the nation's resources properly, sometimes you even devote your own resources to the nation. One of the stark discoveries after Dr. Kwame Nkrumah died was the fact that he didn't have any property.
At all.
He didn't have anything. And even the property that he had willed to the state. You know, and what we see now is we tax the people. We don't use the money for what is supposed to be used for. And the little money that has been saved by previous governments, we dip our hands into that one too. I don't think there's a problem with the 1 CD energy, whatever. If we can see the results, we are okay, we are cool. Because how else will we develop the nation if not by taxation?
So some of the other leaders, as you mentioned, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, even General Achampong, was also said that there was nothing to show as compared to what was said. Those
purported in the media.
Exactly, nothing. John Rawlings is one of those. Professor Atam Mills, quite a number of others. You know,
you can't really point to anything and say, "Oh, they got this." And the taxation has never been a problem.
Right.
It's not really the issue here.
What we use
it for.
Before I'll come to. I had a different thought about how this could have been communicated. But I see, is Dr. Apia Kobi on via phone?
I'm here, Kaku.
Absolutely. Talk to us. Good morning. I hope you are safe wherever you are.
Yeah, I'm okay. Yes, that I'm not. I was wondering why too much traffic. Later when I arrived there, I realized that there's a car that is spoiled. That
I see.
Right. The way I dress up nicely, to show it on TV.
I know.
So
where is this particular stretch so that we can warn other people who will be using that stretch?
That route,
Okay, it's somewhere down the road. I don't even know the name. I think somewhere Protect area.
Presec.
Okay. Okay.
But I use the back, the back of the road. So I'm now at the Presec Primary School, the cluster of schools.
Okay.
That's that area. Going to United States.
Right. Okay. Okay. I just wanted to be sure whether you're still driving. Otherwise, it's a bit dangerous to be talking and driving.
I'm driving. In fact, I'm practically out of the woods now.
Okay.
So I'm driving.
Oh, okay.
Just enjoying your voice. I didn't know that when you are listening to your voice on radio or something like that, it's really, really great.
Hey, the international superstar.
Don't do that.
Seriously, while I was listening, I'm not trying to make the family of I think we have a Ghanaian who was working at I think BBC.
Right.
Oh, is it Lumon? Komla Dumont. Yeah, Komla Dumont.
So whose voice sounds pretty much actually on radio.
Oh.
I said, wow.
I need that to.
It's serious. My only problem is that they want to call Palabas or something else.
Anyways, so do we allow you? I think we can allow you to drive on and see if you can get here faster. That'll be safer for us. I think that could be. So we can allow Doc to rather drive. Yes, absolutely. So the communication, before we go to the next story, I thought that the president could have communicated it the way he did, yes, before it goes to Parliament, because I said earlier that he's the one that is enjoying a lot of goodwill.
Right.
A lot of ministers have said things on campaign platforms that is being used against them.
Right.
Communication-wise, you don't use those same people to communicate to these Ghanaians because they'll play those voices against what they are doing now.
Yeah.
But the man who has enjoyed this goodwill is him.
Yes.
So if he were to come out to say that before it is even sent to Parliament that there has come a time where we need to appeal to you to give us one Ghana city of what we have reduced and work at it. I think we would have said, oh, yeah, fine, even though it will be difficult. Yes. Once he says it's difficult, why not? Yes. But to go and pass it at 12 midnight, and then the spin doctors went to town with it. I agree.
I think the president enjoys a lot of good.
Yes.
Because according to his social contract, he's done quite a bit of what he said.
Exactly.
And he's done more than most people before him.
Yes.
What a certain government couldn't do in 8 years, he's done in like 4 months.
Yes.
So he's proven that he is a man of his word. And so, I think maybe if he had said it,
before we go to Parliament. Otherwise,
but even Mr. Jinapor, the Minister of Energy, before he came into power, he was always on this ESLA case. He said this ESLA is not being used for ESLA is energy sector levy.
Yes.
He said it wasn't being used for what it's meant for, and we were accumulating debt in the power sector. He kept saying it. So I think he being one of the messengers for this particular gospel is not that bad for me.
Still, it's the politics within.
Yeah.
They have their own banters, and as I said, people spin it because they know they are colleagues and all of that. We could do politics.
One of the things that I must say I'm not very excited about is the fact that the opposition is trying to, I don't know,
but they are doing their job. They say they are doing their job.
That's not their job. Their job is not to always try to water down everything. It's getting a bit, it's like you're making so much noise. What is it? When we were in power, fuel was at a certain price.
Okay.
This government has come. And you see, Papa will always say, vote for Ghana. Always focus on the nation and the betterment of the nation. Don't be playing politics with everything. There are things you can genuinely attack and we'll all agree that no, this thing is wrong, it must go.
That's right.
But you don't just attack anything and everything just because it is the government in power that is doing it. You, when you were in power, fuel prices were going up, utility was going up, water was going up, food was going up. And now these people have come, they've stabilized the city. Fuel prices have dropped. We were buying it for, I think, 15 or 16 per liter. Now you're buying it at 12. Were you able to do it? And now they say they want to subsidize or they want to take a part of the profits that they are making, add it to us as levy so that they can use it to offset the debts that you left. And you are still talking.
But
For
also
what?
it has to do with the promises you also made not to. So the
No. That's not, no, if I know what you're about to say.
No,
they said they were not going to, they were going to remove taxes.
Yes.
What President Mahama said, I remember in his campaign, he said...
Not to levy. Not to remove.
He said he was going to use the ESLA for what it's supposed to be used for, which is to offset the debt of the power sector. That's what he said.
Right.
You can check the manifesto.
Right.
He said he was going to use the ESLA, he was going to use the energy sector levy to offset the debt of the energy sector with respect to power.
Yes.
And that was one of their main issues. He did say they were going to use the taxes to offset the debt.
Right.
What's the difference in what he's doing now with respect to what he said?
Right.
What he didn't say, which they might add, or what they might say, is that he didn't say he was going to increase it.
That's right.
But what do you expect him to do? And now they're saying, okay, E-Levy was bringing in 2.1 billion CDs, and then you're taking it off, you're bringing this one, the projected amount is 5.4 or 5.7, and over 5 billion CDs, and you know it's more than double of the E-Levy. If you were using the E-Levy well, we will be where we are.
Okay.
The E-Levy that you took for how many years? What exactly did you use it for?
Right.
The COVID levies you took, what exactly? It's not about the fact that you took E-Levy. We are not bothered by E-Levy. We were here, we were paying E-Levy, we didn't die. I mean, Koku has enough money to sponsor all of us for lunch and dinner. He has money. Koku there. You know. Oh, come on now. Koku, don't do that. You have money. It's not that the E-Levy was a problem for us. Koku's E-Levy is like my school fees. For one transaction. But we were paying. If we were able to see with our eyes that, the E-Levy is being used for road, it's being used for this or that.
That goes with the earlier points you were making. That I mean,
it's not about the taxation. Use it. Agenda 111. How many hospitals did they complete? One district, one factory. How many? And we can't really pin them to E-Levy, but there were a lot of taxes. Taxes we had not heard about before. Energy emission tax. Some of the taxes, when you hear, you laugh. I don't know, mosquito quota, everything was...
There was no mosquito quota.
There wasn't. But I mean, some of the taxes were very weird. Very, very weird taxes. And we still didn't see anything.
Anyway,
so let's focus on Ghana and let's try to, tackle. The problem here is we are owing to keep the power on, which is, again, critical for the 24-hour economy.
That's true.
We need to pay our debt.
Yeah.
If we're going to service our debt, we need to generate funds.
Yeah.
If we don't have funds, we can't move. How do we generate the funds? We tax a little, 1 CD per liter. Not too bad.
Right.
Again, we have enjoyed some reductions in fuel, CD stabilized. It will not impact us so much.
Yeah.
Let's make hay while the sun shines. Glory to God.
Absolutely. And so away from that, let's go abroad, somewhere where Ghanaian students abroad have called off their planned demonstration, citing pressure from embassies. You'll recall that we shared some stories with you, that there were some students abroad who had bemoaned government's, inability to pay their stipends and all of that. But here we are. The Coalition of Ghana Scholars Abroad has suspended its planned demonstration over unpaid stipends and book allowances, citing external pressures and interference from certain diplomatic missions. Ghanaian students studying in Hungary and Morocco have long expressed frustration over the non-payment of their allowances, which have been delayed for 11 months, covering parts of 2 academic years. Attempts to engage the Ghana Scholarship Secretariat have so far yielded no results. In a statement released on Wednesday, June 4th, the coalition said their decision follows a series of pressures and undue influence from foreign missions, which they claim have tried to link continued support to expectations of silence on the matter. While grateful for their assistance, the student disclosed that the interference has undermined their ability to act freely. And so that's that. At the back of my mind, I have a solution for this, but I'm waiting for an appointment to be able to do something.
You see what Bishop has been talking about?
No, but I
Instead
cannot.
of you to be a nation builder.
No, but I cannot. Even if I send it to them, they will not do it. I've shared it with some people. They have not even.
Maybe they are not the people who can take action.
So until I
you
get
can even share it with Papa, probably, because Papa has the ears of some of these.
Okay, I'll do that.
Yes, because we need these solutions. See, I've studied in a different region before, not a different country, different region.
Okay.
Kumasi. There's Kumasi here.
All right.
when you go to...
Now, very soon your PhD is going to be outside the country.
Okay, amen. I receive it.
You go ahead.
So you see, when I go to Kumasi,
right,
I don't know anybody there.
Okay.
All the people I know there,
But that's where you come from, or
Kumasi,
not Kumasi, no, Ashanti region.
Yes, my mom is partly Ashanti.
Okay, cool.
So when I don't have anywhere to go, or I can just imagine a scenario where I'm stranded. I don't have food. I don't have a place to sleep. Me not knowing anyone there is a big problem. It means if I don't have money, I can't do anything.
Right.
But at least I can speak Chi. I speak Chi very well.
Okay.
Not like you.
Now the people started, once you said you speak Chi very well, they started laughing because they know it's coming with the bullets. The shade was coming.
I speak Chi very, very well.
I speak very, very well.
But in Kumasi, to be of no use to you.
In Voltage,
I can do sign language. Just find a way. Or, but when I speak to somebody in Chi and I explain my situation to them and I say, this is what I'm going through, can you please help? They can find one or two ways and means to help me to do what I have to do.
Yeah.
But in someone else's country, you don't speak their language, you don't share their culture, and you are there for a very specific purpose, which is to study. And again, you've been assured by the scholarship secretariat that when you go, you'll be given this amount of stipend. You've used it for your calculation in your budget. And the people who are your family members here, who sometimes these people come from not so well-to-do backgrounds, but they are very smart.
Right.
That's why they didn't go on scholarship.
Some of them. Because we've also seen a lot of privileged students and children.
That's not what it's supposed to be.
Also on the scholarship scheme.
That's not what it's supposed to be at all. If you are privileged or not, the reason for scholarship is we are trying to push your academic journey forward because you can't really afford it if it's left to you. If you can afford it, you can do it by yourself. A scholarship means you are given a free pass because you can afford one or two things, or we just want to offset some of the bills that you have. So if these people are there without any kind of help or any kind of cry or any kind of support, I can only imagine how distressing it must be. Even in my own country, I find it distressing. How much more another person's country? Again, in 2024, 2023, a story broke which was about some scandal at the Ghana Scholarship Secretariat. I don't know what became of that issue.
Okay.
That people were taking monies that when they were not supposed to take. And some were channeling monies that were supposed to be used for scholarships into other things. I don't know what became of it. I've forgotten the details, so I'm not going to go too much into it. But we have to make sure that these students that we have sent abroad to study are well taken care of. We need to take care of our own. You have something?
Yes, so I was trying to get the current CEO of the Scholarship Secretariat. He's been on some of the media houses. There is a big challenge with this. So as much as we're talking about how stranded these students can be, comes also the issue of when they finish. A lot of these people go on to the, if you like, call it, they use our scholarship, get onto these countries, get into these countries. When they finish, they go on to the other visas where they are inching close to permanent stay. When they get that, they bring their families now, their wives and children to come and be with them, and they stay there. The idea is lost in there because the idea is that we are paying you to study outside the country.
Come and help us.
Come back and help us. And understandably so is the case that when they, now there are some stipends that some of them have started working. They've now gotten some permanent stay. They brought their families, yet they are chasing their stipends when they were schooling that have not been paid.
Okay.
So the moral rights and what is lawful. You were not paid stipends when you were schooling. It's accrued. Now you have refused to come back home, yet you still want our stipends.
Backdated stipends.
Absolutely.
Okay. So I think what we need to do, one of the things that I find very interesting, especially in some of the politics that we do, is like what I was talking about early on. The opposition now, they were in power just less than a year ago, about 6 months or 7 months ago, they were in power. and they had the rights to do a lot of things that they didn't do. This new government came in, is doing it, and now they are shouting and saying Ghanaians are suffering. There's this, is it Honorable Amoa, the former deputy finance minister?
Yes.
I don't know.
Sticker.
Oh, goodness. I don't like hearing his voice at all.
Why?
Because he shouts a lot. But very recently, he was in parliament screaming about how Ghanaians have regretted voting for this government and how Ghanaians are suffering and Ghanaians are under pressure. I was like,
maybe don't pay attention to the politics of it. That's them having their go in
my point
parliament.
is this. Even if it is true that this government is doing something wrong, does it mean you too must do something wrong? How do two wrongs end up being right? So we as a government promised to pay these people some monies. We weren't able to honor our promises for 11 months. That's a long time.
Right.
So we need to enter into some kind of because it was a contract. We need to enter into some kind of a negotiation with them. Well, if some of these people have jobs and have done some stuff contrary to what their contract said, we can get into all of those things. But let's honor our obligation.
Not specifically to this one, though. It's a different issue on the side.
And I share that sentiment a lot because people go to school abroad on government money, on government scholarship, and they don't come back.
Okay.
Because they find that conditions of living over there are
in any case, that is why most of them even go in the first
place. Because they want to go and stay there.
Yeah, that's it.
Our vetting maybe has to change. The way we vet people has to change.
Right.
And we need to also, it's not their fault entirely. It's not just a matter of the country, it's also a matter of their life.
Would it be too draconian to say that attached to your scholarship is the clause that the state has to know that this guy, after the course or program, must come back?
Okay,
and
so
once he or she files for permanent stay,
it should be rejected.
It should be rejected. Would it be that draconian?
There should be a penalty,
right?
At the very least.
Okay.
You know, in the medical system, the Ghanaian medical system, when you are out of medical school, you are a house officer.
Yes.
Then you're a house officer for 2 years.
Yes.
Then after being a house officer, you become a medical officer.
That's right.
When you become a medical officer, you can choose to go and pursue your residency, either with the West African College or the Ghana College or both.
Yeah.
When, let's say, maybe you are a doctor at Kumasi or Cape Coast. Let me use Cape Coast because Cape Coast doesn't have any residency programs. So Cape Coast, they don't do residency programs there. They do it at Accra or Kumasi, Kolebu or Konfanochi. Before you leave Interbetin or whichever hospital you are to come to Accra to come and pursue your residency, you are given an undertaking which says, we are going to still pay you. It's a sabbatical. You are coming to study. But we will still authorize your payment from Ghana Health Service or Ministry of wherever you take your salary. We'll still authorize it for you to get your money. Under the condition that after you are done with your residence, you will come back and come and use that knowledge to help us.
That's right.
Because we are sort of letting you go. We are sponsoring you, quote unquote. I think a similar arrangement can be made for the Ghana scholarship system, where you are giving, and I'm sure there's such a thing. But the penalty is that in the medical system, the penalty is that if you don't come back, you pay a certain ridiculous amount of money, or you'll be sanctioned in a very wild way. That is what should happen.
I see.
So maybe we should enter into agreements with the embassies, because the embassies are the ones that grant the student visas for these people.
That's it.
So let's enter into agreements with these embassies so that they put these people in a special category in their countries.
That's right.
To disallow them to take on jobs, roles, and certain responsibilities
that ties them
down.
Absolutely.
There. When you are applying for a visa, they see the probability of you overstaying there.
That's right.
And one of the main factors they consider is dependence. If you have a lot of dependents here, they know there's less probability you would run away. So they will give you. If you don't have any dependent there, you are a flight risk. So they might not give you, Right. So we can use the same approach in this particular instance and make sure that the people who are giving these scholarships, not only on the basis of their smartness or their academic prowess, but we get into whether or not they would return, make them sign these undertakings and make sure that they come back in conjunction with the embassies that are giving them the visas. But this issue of not paying them the allowances, I think we should, it's very painful to be in another. Morocco, hey, I mean, hungry. Do you speak Hungarian? Morocco, what do they say? I think French, right?
Yeah.
Let's do our best.
I see.
Let's do our best.
The Volta Regional Police Command has intercepted a large sum of Ghanaian currency concealed in a fertilizer bags aboard a commercial vehicle at the Japon Snap checkpoint. In a statement signed by DSP Felix Danko of the Public Affairs Unit of the Volta Regional Police Command, the operation took place on Tuesday, June 3rd, 2025, at approximately 4:45 p.m. Acting on intelligence, officers stopped a Ford Transit bus traveling to Kumasi in the Ashanti region. A thorough inspection of the vehicle revealed 68 fertilizer bags filled with one CD notes and coins totaling 1.7 million. Following the discovery, the driver of the vehicle, identified Edward Ansah, informed the police during interrogation that he had been contracted by an unknown individual in Kumasi to transport the money from Ho to in the Volta region. He has since been taken into custody and is assisting ongoing.
1 million Ghana cedis.
One CD notes, totaling 1 million.
One CD notes and coins.
Yes.
That's something is not right. 1 CD notes and coins totaling 1 million.
Yes.
That's it smacks of.
Yeah, I don't know. It's some way.
Mysterious. Yes, you know.
It's mysterious in nature.
Nah, this is not right.
It's mysterious in
This
nature.
is not right. And this is how people actually are able to launder money.
Yes.
You know, no, this I can't say much on this.
Right. Okay.
But I think Iyoko and the Financial Intelligence Center, they must look into this one.
Okay.
And whoever the man is, he knows he'll be caught. He should just own up now to save us. If we use state resources to track you and we find you, it won't be easy for you.
Right.
Just come and present yourself. Let's have a discussion. Where did you get these monies from?
Yeah.
Are they authentic though? Are they?
So that we have not been told.
Exactly.
So
If these are fake notes, then he's in much deeper trouble. We shouldn't be doing this at this point and at this time. If you were sloppy enough to be caught, then you have to face the music. Look at this.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyways, so that's that. That's that.
In fertilizer, you know, Coco. Whenever these big trailers are packing like cocoa, clothes, whatever it is that they pack in those containers. Sometimes these things are hidden in the very innermost part of the trailer, the container.
Okay.
And then on the edges, there's a way they sample when the police make stops and checks on the road. There's a way they sample the thing that sometimes is not able to capture whatever illicit goods may be hidden in there. I don't know. We might have to develop a better technology to do what they do there, to be able to scan everything to be sure that it's uniform in content. Because if you are carrying cocoa beans, we are expecting that all the bags in there is cocoa beans. Nothing more, nothing less.
That's right.
Sometimes the cannabis is hidden in there, you know, other things, clothes or, you know, money, weapons, something is hidden in there. There is no real way to be able to check 1,000 bags, 500 bags, 200 bags. This one was easy because if you look at the van, I mean, it was a van, it wasn't really a trailer.
Right.
You can easily tell. But if it was something more sophisticated, like maybe maize, millet, charcoal, cocoa beans, stuff that are carried in huge sacks, and these monies were hidden in there, would have been much more difficult to detect.
I see.
So I think that on the road, we should equip our police better to be able to detect some of these things, even with the little sampling methods that they have.
Absolutely. Thomas Andy, also an aide to the Ashanti Regional Chairman of the New Patriotic Party, Bernard Boisiako, popularly known as Chairman Wuntu, has been convicted of corruption by the High Court on Wednesday, June 4th, in connection with the Republic versus Charles Bissiu case. Mr. Osu, the second accused in the matter, was convicted on his plea after entering into a plea bargain with the Office of the Special Prosecutor. He was charged with bribery stemming from the Galamsey Fraud Part 1 expose by investigative outfit Tiger IPI. The expose released in 2019 implicated Owusu and then presidential staffer Charles Bisu in a scheme to circumvent mining licenses procedures in exchange for bribes. According to prosecutors, Mr. Owusu paid 15,000 Ghana cedis to Mr. Bisu to facilitate the unlawful issuance of mining permits. So the High Court accepted the plea deal and sentenced Mr. Owusu to pay 500 penalty units amounting to some 6,000 and ordered him to pay 200,000 in restitution to the state. What is your thought on the issue of plea bargains replacing, if you like, so more like custodial sentencing? That's more like, it could be a form of it. Not technically though, but I'm saying that a lot of people have also come out to say that it's better to get our money than to get these guys to go languish in jail. Exactly. Sometimes even are fed better than they would have been. And after that, some period, some president comes and says, give you a pardon.
Well, I agree. I think that the law has a position on every crime you can think about. If it doesn't, it will have. And the position of the law on issues that have to do with plea bargains is that we listen to you. There are three ways of ending. Okay, let me not even go that far. But there are three ways of ending cases, especially in summary trials. Okay, when you say you are guilty, when you plead guilty, you can plead guilty simpliciter with an explanation, whatever it is. You can, once you plead guilty, you've ended the trial. There's no need for us to proceed. Yes. We now discuss how much guilt do you want to admit. What is your evidence? Because sometimes people admit guilt and they are actually innocent. They are trying to protect someone else. They're taking a fall. Right. So once we trash all that, then the law will take into account your involvement, how much damage you cause, and how much restitution you have to pay. And then once that is calculated, we are fed the information, and then that's it. I think that's what has happened in this man's case. Okay. He pled guilty. We have Dr. Piakubi is in. Yes. You know that. So, okay. All right. The man has pled guilty. Right. The court has found his argument, salient to an extent, and he has been given this amount of fine. He's paid the fine. Right. I think we are good to go. Okay. If all the people that stole our monies, we ask them to pay and they are able to pay, I think we are good to go. I see. I want to be a bit emotional and say it's not enough. Okay. Maybe he should taste jail a little bit. Yeah. See where power lies for wasting our time and so on. But I don't think it's necessary. What we need is the money. He's brought it. Okay. We are good. That's it.
I see. Just as announced by Pastor Badi, Dr. Piakubi, Dr. Justice Piakubi is in the building. I don't want to ask how much that is, because the way the glitters are glittering.
But now all glitters are gold.
I like that side of it. But it's good to see you. Finally, you are here.
Thank you.
So what exactly happened? The car got...
No, it wasn't my car. It was a car. Yeah, I think so.
Right.
It was just crazy, yes.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Crazy traffic.
Forgive. Anyways, I don't know. We've touched on quite a number of issues. I don't know what your...
Maybe I'll just pick up from...
okay, from where?
What Pastor Bradley was talking about with regards to intimate's age, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So it was good that I didn't know that if my face is not painted, I don't look handsome at all. Well, for me, it's good that we've gotten the money. Right. Sophie was saying that he doesn't want to be emotional to add the punishment to it, but I'm really praying that he'll be emotional because he should, so that it's set as a deterrent to others. That if it's just only the money, sometimes they've made so much profit out of it anyway. Exactly. So paying the thing is not big. In fact, sometimes if you put them in prison, they know how long, maybe 5 years, 4 years. The money that I come back to enjoy. There's one American lady, her husband or boyfriend was in prison because of certain fraud. Right. He gave the money to the woman. The woman had made millions out of the money. So when the guy came, the guy is now a millionaire. Yeah, you know the story.
Yeah, I do. That's some rapper guy.
Yeah, so some of these people, we really need to punish them. So that's what I would say.
So, I mean, well, I think if we've given him the punishment, which is the fine, you know, the fine is
6,000. It's just 6,000.
6,000 Ghana cedis.
No, it amounts to 6,000 cedis.
Yes, because according to the courts, the damage is caused amounts to the 6,000 Ghana cedis.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's not.
I mean,
so the damage he has caused now water bodies is 6,000 Ghana cedis, less than iMac for just a headset to put on your head, to listen to Spotify.
Considering the facts of the matter, and he, I hear, facilitated the process. He wasn't the main player. You know, he facilitated.
So that next time when you are facilitating,
Mr. Bisu is the main guy. He is the one we are waiting for. Yeah. As for Mr. Bisu, he was a presidential staffer. He had a lot of weight, and he fast-tracked a lot of licenses unduly, allegedly. You know, so we are waiting. If his own comes to 6,000 Ghana cedis, then we have a problem. Okay. This man, we don't really know him, except that he's associated to Wuntumi and Chairman, Mr. Bisu.
Let's see how it goes.
The National Labour Commission has declared the ongoing industrial action by the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association illegal, following the association's failure to comply with procedural requirements under the Labour Act. The ongoing strike by nurses in public hospitals across Ghana continues to severely impact healthcare delivery, leaving patients stranded and medical services disrupted. In many health facilities, nurses have abandoned posts, leaving patients stranded. The Ministry of Health has responded by issuing a series of emergency directives aimed at maintaining essential healthcare services, while the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association proceeds with its industrial action. According to the press released by the National Labour Commission, it received a notice of industrial action from the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association on May 29, 2025, acting swiftly under Section 162 of Labour Act 2003, Act 651, and Regulation 20 of LI 1833 Labour Regulation 2007. The Commission summoned the association to appear before it on June 4, 2025. The nurses and midwives were also directed to halt all planned actions, including wearing red bands and withdrawal of services pending the Commission's interventions.
First, I kind of disagree that what they are doing is illegal. I really don't think so. Even though what my struggle is that how long this government has been in power. And they've been talking with all these stakeholders, not just only them. There are other stakeholders who have been also disheartened by the previous government and promises that they're supposed to the promise that they're supposed to be fulfilled, but it wasn't. And so I understand their frustration, but please give this government some breathing space
to settle. I mean, 5 months.
And beside that, it's not just they've been talking to them. They've been talking. Oh, Charlie, we just came. Give us some time. But it looks like, because Ghana, we are being wired now because of the politicians' attitude. The only that they hear is choboye. But sometimes we need to give people some benefit of the doubt, because I really think this government so far, so good. So he's talking with you, just slow down small. Let them settle. Recently, there were another group that after they talked with them, they came on radio. People start bashing them. Actually, they back out small because they realize that the government is not the one who brought you to that problem. It's a previous government. Government is continuum. Yes, we understand. But I just came. How many months? I think it's 4 months now, if I'm not mistaken. Just give them some time.
Listen, you see, according to the article, the National Labour Commission got wind of their intended, first of all, their grievances. And they said, okay, they served them on May 29. And they said, okay, come for a meeting on June 4th, yesterday. Let's talk about, whatever it is they are asking for. And all the other invited stakeholders, Fair Wages Commission, Ministry of Health, all of them are supposed to come along so that we can have a fruitful discourse. They didn't come. Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association, they did not come for the meeting. Went ahead with their... If this report is true, then it is truly illegal. you don't go ahead with a strike action without having exhausted all kinds of... Yes.
I didn't even go there.
Yes. So if they invited you for a meeting, all the other stakeholders came, they appeared, they contributed. You, that the thing is affecting, you didn't come. Because you just want to paint the streets red and make it clear that you won't take nonsense. What nonsense? What have we done? And innocent people are the ones going to die. Innocent people are the ones going... Yesterday, I was very upset because why do we keep using human lives as collateral and bargaining chips for things? Why? And you need to be... Look, one of my main annoyances of the family system right now is the fact that we are raising a generation that is not aware of responsibility, only aware of privileges. You know, so you see men and young women, me, I don't want a man who is doing this. Me, I don't want a woman who is doing that. Me, I don't want... What is your own role in this thing? What do you do in this thing? And so every time we have a whole list of demands, what somebody must do for us and we don't care who has to suffer. People now will leave marriages with children who are 2 years, 3, they don't... Look, yesterday I said it again. It's when we grew up that we got to know that some of our parents stayed in marriages just because of us.
Of course.
Just because they want the children to grow well. It's a sacrifice you have to make. When you are put in a certain position, you must understand that, yes, you may have some privileges due you, but there are also sacrifices that come with it. Responsibility. You can't be a doctor or a nurse and your mind is strike. Small time. When Akando went to speak at the Tamale hospital and they said, why did you talk to the doctor like that? We are going on strike. Why? What is it? And when people are sick in this country, they fly out. They go out of the country because you never hear of any of these things outside there. Don't they have grievances? Don't you think they are not people? And when you say you have grievances, come and let's sit and let's talk. You won't show up. Because you want to paint the picture that we are tired of negotiations. Okay, if you won't talk, what will you do? What will you do? How will we get forward? How will we move? If this report is true, they should wake up. The next registered nurse, they should wake up where they are and go for the meeting and remove those red bands. Then it is absolutely illegal. If this is true, then it is absolutely illegal. They should return to their posts, stop wearing those red bandanas and whatnot, and they should go and work. You are wearing red, whatever, you withdraw OPD service and then withdraw emergency services too. As if it's a joke to you. Emergency services is a joke to you. You want people to pay with their lives so that you can drive home your point. Let me add this one. It's not related to this. There are people who will sacrifice relationship to win arguments, to make points. There are people who have sacrificed the peace of countries just so that they can be right.
That's right.
You could have just waited another 4 years. Let's have another election. You know, this is one of the reasons I respect Professor Tamils, the election petition and all of those things. Said, let's President Akufo-Addo instead, I should say. It was President Akufo-Addo.
Yes.
He made 4 years sound like 4 days. When they went to court and the court says, no, you have lost. He said, okay, no problem. Let's just wait. Another time will come. 4 years is just around the corner. And 4 years came and you won. You see that now. And we just need to have a sense of sacrifice and responsibility in the places where we've been put.
Let's go to another story that does not really smack of sense of responsibility, actually. The Accra Regional Police Command has arrested Mavis Nkrumah, a 30-year-old woman, for allegedly pouring a liquid substance suspected to be acid on her ex-boyfriend Gideon Frimpong at Ablekuma Farm Milk, a suburb of Accra. According to a police statement, preliminary investigations suggest that on the night of attack, 28th May 2025, Mavis appeared unannounced at the victim's residence at approximately 1 a.m. The victim, 29-year-old taxi driver Gideon Frimpong, engaged her in a brief conversation during which she asked him to drive her home. Gideon agreed to take her. On reaching a section of the road, Gideon requested Mavis to alight since the road ahead was bumpy and rough and his vehicle could not drive there. It was during this stop at Ofanko 7-day stretch that Mavis reportedly questioned him about their relationship. After the third confirmation of their breakup. She poured the substance suspected to be acid.
That was the third time they were breaking up.
Confirmation.
No, confirmation.
The victim was identified by a group of people and rushed to the hospital where he was treated for injuries sustained. He has since been discharged. Meanwhile, the suspect who fled the scene after the incident to a neighboring country was arrested yesterday, June 3rd, by the police and is currently in custody assisting the police with...
She had acid on her?
Yeah, I mean, so it's premeditated. So I come to your house at 1 a.m., drive me home. So I confirm. So indeed, you are broken up with me. No. Have you broken up with me?
No, the way you're doing your eyes, it's like you have experience in this particular aspect of the story.
No, Koku is handsome.
You know, he has made this. I said, are you breaking up with me? Are you breaking up with me?
He has had
what
serious
kind of
problem with a lot of women try to attack.
Oh my word, what is this?
attack him. And so some of them you really have to let go.
He's narrating the thing like it's him. I don't even know.
I thought I was just helping you. I was helping you to talk about
the thing. Trinitarian kind of breaking.
Right?
1, 2, 3.
Yes, you confirm first. Yes, you must confirm.
That is the story. It's not me.
No, the way you've done your eyes. Are you really breaking up with me? What are all these things? What is the dramatization for? So that's what happens. You have CCTV in the car. You can tell. Okay, tell us. What happened after that?
Nothing happened after that.
So the lady came with the acid in her
mouth. Yes, according to the story.
And she oh no, the lady no try. And she
fled to a neighboring country that's not specified yet.
I really hope the guy is not disfigured because these things actually...
Nobody could disfigure
you. Maim you.
It could maim you. It bends through your flesh. Yeah. This is not something to do. Oh my God. See, it goes all the way back to family raising people, preparing the next generation.
True.
Because when you don't have emotionally mature people, when you don't have people who are in control of their emotions, they don't know how to take losses.
That's right.
A man has broken up with you. And so what? Biadela, have you not gotten broken up before?
Do you expect her to answer it behind the scene?
No, she might not. She should just nod, yes or no. You've never had broken up before. When you're honest, who's I going?
I think broken heart, everybody has experienced that before.
Who has 4 broken hearts? 4.
But can't you see the way? Couldn't you see the way she made the eyes?
Are you breaking up with me?
I can't imagine this story just happened to be around me all of a sudden. A breakup.
Actually,
I've been pushed on me.
There was a time I got my heart broken.
Hey, don't tell us.
Hey.
I was just about to finish my first degree.
No.
Somebody's country. The lady had broken up with me for some stupid reason that he said that I am too holy. How can you break up with somebody because he's too holy? And we were just even from our pastors.
That's her point. That's her point, Rep. Why are you from the pastor's place? Why are you not from the restaurant? Why are you not from the cafe? Why are you not from the beach? Why are you from the pastor's office?
But the Bible said there's time for everything. We went there to discuss because I didn't want any hanky-panky relationship.
Okay.
I had a girlfriend in
So what happened to the beach, actually? What happened to the restaurant, other locations? Why the pastor's office?
You live in Asia. You go to there all the time. So it wasn't a big deal. It was, I have gone to my pastor, 2 of us were in the same church, went there and say, okay, I don't like some of these relationships. Now let's begin to think of getting married.
Okay.
So we agreed everything. You really want yes, I really want yes. Okay, now let's begin to think. It can take us even a year.
Right.
So it doesn't matter. But it is always important. I do not like entering into relationship for relationship's sake.
Yeah. Right.
We enter into a relationship so that we are preparing getting married.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. And so we went there, and in the same evening, he sent me a text message to break me up. And at that time,
to break you up?
Yeah, and it broke me into pieces. And it was I think a week after that one, we were having a graduation. And in the graduation, I came to find out that my school, my documents that they're supposed to do from the Philippines government, they have not done. So I've overstayed. And another problem. If I tell you, this woman, what is he talking about?
How did you deal with it quickly before we go?
I decided to fast and pray. And
you are too holy, sir.
You are too holy.
But what do I do?
You fasted and prayed?
Yeah.
On top of the heartbreak,
I fasted
the way
and prayed.
I'll order 1 crate of Coca-Cola. So it will be a small boozing fiesta in the house.
I will be walking on and in Asia, it's so funny that because you are black among so many different colors.
Right.
So anytime you are walking, people are just watching you.
Yeah.
And so they will see me, and they will say, "Hey man, are you okay?" And in the Philippines, when they say, "Are you okay?" meaning say,
Are you fine?
And so the lady, she didn't do it. I'm just hoping that the acid was on the leg or the hand or maybe the back. But if it's the face or the property in between his legs, then he has really damaged the guy. Seriously.
Anyways, there's going to be a lot of conversation on some of these things, and that's what we are here for, to make sure that we build emotional intelligence, mental fortitude, so that once you are faced with some of these things, it doesn't spill over into this, because you, the lady, are also in trouble now.
Yeah, you've changed his life, you've changed your life.
Your life as well. And so we'll see how it goes. We'll still one conversation at a time. That's what we believe in. A big thanks to Dr. Justice Apiakubi, is a development expert, and also the Dean for Dominion Theological Seminary. He did well to join us amidst the heavy traffic jam. And of course, forgive me, Pastor Bernard Adi, who is a forensic scientist, and of course, who works with the Ghana Armed Forces, of course, here, Next Generation Action Chapel International as well. We thank you.
We thank you
very, very much.
Thank you.
Right, coming up, it's a health conversation. There's also sports coming up, right? Sports, we will share some updates with you. There's more. Stay with us.
I decree today that the power of God that is coming upon your life, no enemy will touch you and go free.
Experience the power. Take dominion.
Say in the name of Jesus. I prophesy. Doors of favor.
Action Chapel's Dominion Hour. Now, live, this and every Thursday on Dominion TV.
And from today, you will be stronger than any enemy.
Poverty makes you do what you otherwise would not do. Wealth makes you live the way you wish to live. But revenge cancels the lines between poverty and riches.
It's either you're saying something progressive, or I'll just tell your wife that I'm carrying your child.
Where is my father?
Now that he's coming closer to the community, I
Papa Pig go forget your own plans, so I go forget my own.
Hooray! Dominion TV is now also a digital terrestrial free-to-air channel. This means you can watch us in Ghana from your digital TV without any subscription. Just rescan your channels on your digital TV to access it. How? On your digital TV, press the menu or settings button and choose auto-tuning, auto-search, or the appropriate options to scan your channels and look for Dominion TV. Enjoy some of Africa's best Christian lifestyle programming from Dominion TV.
Season is up and running. Save! Spain are the champions of the world!
Sports Break on Dominion TV.
Are you ready for the drama? Come on, hey, I'm trying. Everybody, let's go. Come on. Hey. Come on. Everybody, I'm trying. Come on, I'm trying. Hey, I'm trying. Come on. Come on, cry.
moving to the tune. Team Eternity is really great. Well, if the Jama is out of the way, then means the real game is up, right? If this was the stadium, we know that, I mean, on the stalls, then the Jama will be going on, giving the boys the morale and everything to play. But we're ready for Callistus to give us all the things, all the updates in the world of sports. Morning, Callistus.
Good morning, Biadela, from the popular stand. Yeah.
No, hey, VIP stand.
No,
What's that?
The Jama is at the popular stand. Though.
No, I've left that place. I'm at the VIP
I'm at the popular stand.
They be there.
Me, I'm at the popular stand. So be at the VIP
area.
I
mean, how
you
can
are
I
just
go
quiet
to?
and you are just looking at.
Yeah, how can I go on Mbappe's ticket and I'll be at the popular stand?
Okay, me, I'll be at the popular stand.
I know that Jama is at popular stand.
And the unfortunate thing is, Ghana, the popular stand, the sun is directly on you like that. So. Of course, what do you expect? Paying 5 CDs or 10 CDs to watch a game for 90 minutes? Then the sun.
I'm sad for you people. Well, I'm in the AC, baby. Baby.
Chill.
Anyway, what's up for sports
today? A lot of
today?
things are happening. You know, like I always say, sports is a $500 billion project. And unfortunately, in Africa, we are yet to scratch the surface of the project right here in Africa. That's quite unfortunate. But when you look elsewhere, Asia, America, and Europe, you would actually feel what is happening with sports. And on that note, I introduce to you the sports break right here on Wake Up Africa with me, Carl, the sports general. But before we go into the details, let's take a quick coffee break. We'll be right back.
and is seen as a key figure in the club's rebuilding under plans with Ruben Amorim. Despite increasing interest from Saudi Arabian clubs in the European talent, Fernandes has made it clear that he is not ready to leave European football at this stage of his career. City are on the verge of signing the Dutch midfielder Tijani Reinders from AC Milan. A verbal agreement is now in place with the total package valued around 70 million euros. Personal terms have already been agreed upon for several days, and the formal steps of the transfer are expected to follow shortly. The deal has been progressing since yesterday and is now close to being finalized.
All right, so that is a short one on what's happening in the transfer world. Remember, FIFA has opened a short transfer period that is from 1st June to 10th of June to help clubs who are going to the FIFA Club World Cup secure some players or services of players, and in order to have them in the Club World Cup. So that's by way of updates right here on Sports Break with me, Carl, the Sports General on Wake Up Africa. Thank you very much for doing the watching wherever you are, especially the Evergreen Dorcas Ayoko enjoying the show, as well as Nene enjoying the show today. Thank you so much for doing the watching. And Biadela Ade, the Evergreen, the beautiful, ever saucy. Over to you.
Hey, saucy and sauce. Anyway, thank you so much, Callistus. Now that you know what's happening in the world of sports, we can get on to check your health. How about that? So we're going to be having the doctors coming to the studio, and then you're calling like we did last week. Last week was fantastic. You did really great. So you can just call in, and then let's get on to check your health. Another thing that would lead us to is another conversation about fitness and faith, the balance in between. And you don't want to miss any of these, right? So let's go for a break, and then when we return, we'll speak to our doctors.
I wanted to make it a surprise. Why? I knew the dramatic appearance would excite everyone.
I've been looking for you for a very long time.
Why are you so intimidating?
But just complain that I'm fat.
But you are fat.
Here is my son.
Give me what I want and I will set you free.
Stop! Jesus has set me free. Yes, Lord.
I decree today that the power of God that is coming upon your life, no enemy will touch you and go free.
Experience the power. Take dominion.
Say the name of Jesus. I prophesy. Doors of favor.
Action Chapel's Dominion Hour. Now, live, this and every Thursday on Dominion TV.
And from today, you will be stronger than any enemy. We go around just making statements that are not even biblical. God reveals to redeem. It's not in the Bible. God reveals so we can walk, so we can enforce the word of God and the scriptures over the enemy's intent.
Any hope and expectation the enemy has concerning your family and your loved one, by the eternal blood of Jesus, we override that hope. We override that expectation. Put your hands together and override it.
The Voice of Inspiration, weekdays and Saturdays at 8:30 p.m. only on Dominion TV.
Hi, friend. Where are we going today?
Just use your imagination.
Go, go!
My family is the only thing that matters to me right now.
This is the stuff that you read about.
These guys are the best. GOtv is ready to take you from your hometown to roaring stadiums and even on international adventures. So let's go together, from home or on the go with GOtv Stream.
Sounds like a great idea.
GOtv. Love it.
Prayer is a daily necessity for daily triumph.
Africa, we must unite.
We are getting Abrahamic rewards, but we are running away from Abrahamic responsibilities.
Where should Africa sit and stand in this new world order?
Africa has the youngest, fastest growing population. That's a blessing, but it's also a challenge.
Yeah.
Who did God describe as the man after his own heart?
David.
Adam.
My experience, nothing short of amazing.
I never believed I'll be able to do this. Dominion TV's Emerging Leaders program has taught me skills about marketing in a corporate setting.
My name is Danny Glover, and you're watching
Dominion TV.
Hi, welcome. My name is Nurse Biatola, and I'm going to take your reports to the doctor today. What's bothering you? What's happening in your body? Want to share with us? You can call us. The numbers will be on display. And if you don't want to call, that's okay. You can also send text on our social media handles. It's My Dominion TV, right? So that you can express yourself to us. The doctors are here pretty as ever, so that they would teach us what to do, how to go about it. Last week was really great, and today promises to be something else. So you want to stay tuned. I have in studio from the Life Healthcare Clinic, pretty ladies, Dr. Sam and Dr. Juan. I hope you guys are good. Anyway, you're already looking good, so it's not like. Well, so from last week, we had some things that we didn't tackle. IBS, I remember.
Yes,
I totally remember IBS, right?
That's right.
And also the last case, the very last one.
About some phlegms.
The phlegms, that's two. So these are outstanding things that we're going to be dealing with today. But let's say a big thank you to the Bank Hospital for supporting the morning show. Bank Hospital is at Cantonment near Nafti. You want to go there, you want to call them. They're also on socials, so you can just take the number, call them, and go and get your health checked out. Okay, so what should we start off with? IBS, right? IBS, great.
Yes. Okay, so I think the last time I gave the full meaning, irritable bowel syndrome. Okay. And it's a functional gastrointestinal disorder that is characterized by a number of symptoms. So like bloating, abdominal pain, diarrhea, the person can also have feeling of throwing up, nausea. Okay, so it has a number of symptoms that the patient exhibits when the patient is triggered. There are triggers. It is not a disease like inflammatory bowel disease. Inflammatory bowel disease is actually a disease, but IBS is just like a syndrome, a list of symptoms that someone experiences when they are triggered. Okay. Examples of the triggers can be stress, anxiety, certain foods like dairy foods, beans, okra, because of some chemicals that are added, like the kiln. I think the medical term is saltpeter. Yeah. Yes. So some of these food substances sort of triggers the symptoms to manifest. Okay, so if you are someone with that condition, it doesn't have a cure, or there is no cure. It's as a matter of you having your gastrointestinal tract being very sensitive, overly sensitive. That is why you are experiencing some of these symptoms. So you just need to know your triggers, avoid your triggers, and then you'll be fine. But then if you are exhibiting those symptoms, you can go to the nearest clinic and see your doctor for management of the symptoms that you may be experiencing. So if it's abdominal pain, we can give certain medications that will sort of regulate the pain. If it is diarrhea, we have certain medications to give you.
I
So
see.
as and when.
Great. So we're going to talk about the films, but I have a message all the way from Nigeria. I want to real quick. You're international now, I feel me. So this says, kindly explain which of these is advisable and the best time of the day should one take it: warm water therapy or temperature room water therapy. Right? That's one. And then secondly, why must one adhere to it? And this is from Gospel Njoku, Nigeria. So, Dr. John?
Okay. So actually, there's been a lot of research on that because people tend to ask, is it that cold water is bad or warm water is good? And from findings, it's not one is not superior over the other.
Okay.
Yes, it depends on what you are taking it for at at a particular point in time. And so sometimes people may have sore throats or tonsillitis, inflammation of the tonsils. And so we'll tell you to do a warm water gargle.
Okay.
You understand? Or you're having, or sometimes it can be burns, and then we'll tell you to use room temperature water. And so it's not that one is very superior over the other, but depending on the circumstance, we can tell you to do one over the other. In terms of taking it in, early in the morning, I've heard people tend to do warm water with lime water. Yes. Well, it's okay, but doing it early on an empty stomach is not too advisable because you
citric, right?
Exactly. You fasted for a long time throughout the night, and then you are waking up. The HCl, that's the acid, has been produced by the stomach, and so you definitely want something to calm your acid down before you take something else. So I'd say that you can take the room temperature water early in the morning, and that's good. And you take something, you can take your breakfast, and then if in the night you want some light tea, warm water tea, that's okay.
I see.
That's
So
okay.
so the lime in the water now aggravates probably your tummy.
Yes.
Right?
And for people that may have a peptic ulcer, it would be a trigger because now it's also acid, that's the citric acid, and then you're adding it to the acid that's already been produced in your stomach, that's the HCl. Ordinarily, it would not have been an issue, but for those that have a breach in their stomach layer, it would be as though you are pouring acid on a wound. And so that's what causes that pain. And then if you are doing it for someone that may not have that issue, if you are doing it consistently over a number of times, and then you would definitely prone yourself to breaching that layer, because there's the mucous layer that serves as a protective layer for the stomach. And so anything that you keep taking, it can be our common NSAIDs, diclofenac. People tend to always go for it with the slightest pain.
Buy me that.
Exactly, for our menstrual cramps and everything. But if you are consuming it too much, it tends to destroy that mucosal layer. And then now all these things can just cause a breach, and then you have the ulcer.
But for people who take it for weight loss purposes, now
Yeah.
some people, I mean, probably didn't really like water, but because they want to lose weight,
Yeah.
that's where the therapy comes in.
Yes.
So some want to take it with lime, like you say, and some want to try it with honey or something like that. What would be your preferred?
So it's good. I mean, it's not bad, but then it's just advised not to take it on an empty stomach. Yes, it's good therapy, but just make sure you've taken something that's your body's already used to before you take in the acidic water.
Okay, so but why then is it that good? I mean, everybody seems to know. Okay, water is good for the body, but some people might not fully, know why we have to take water, even that in the morning. Dr. Sam?
Yeah, so I would say that, I mean, water is life, water is good, but then the things that we add when we are taking it, like Dr. Abibio explained. So if you are doing lime, make sure you don't do it on an empty stomach. And if you are someone with a risk of peptic ulcer disease or acid reflux, it is advised that you don't do it on an empty stomach, or you don't even do it at all. Maybe instead of the lime, you do honey instead.
Okay.
So it depends on the individual and then the situation at hand.
I see.
Yes.
And then,
Yeah, you wanted to.
Yeah, water is, is one of the things that tends to flush out toxins in our body.
Right.
Okay, and so you always want to be adequately hydrated. We advise that at least 2 to 3 liters in a day is good. For someone that doesn't like water at all, you can do 2 liters. That's like 4 sachets water. Or 4 of the Voltic bottle the entire day. And once you're hydrated, you realize you're sweating properly, you're urinating properly, and then you're maintaining the normal balance in the body.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. Great. So my lady Njoku, this is it. It's okay, you can take the water, but let's be careful what we add to it, right? Somebody's calling from Asylum Down. Ernest, good morning.
Good morning.
I hope you're good.
Yes, please. What about you?
I'm fantastic. The doctors are listening. Let's hear you.
Okay, I want to ask the doctor that, is it true that you can have high blood pressure and not feel any symptom?
Okay. Right. But do you have anybody around you who has that, or you have any suspect? You've been to the hospital, you've been told you have it?
Yeah, I've been to the hospital and I've been told, but I have not seen any symptom or changes within me.
Okay. May I ask how old you are, please?
Pardon?
May I ask how old you are, please?
I'm in my late 40s.
Oh, great.
Was he asked to do any tests?
But were you asked to do any tests at all?
Not really.
Okay. All right. So, who's going?
Should I start?
All right. Okay. Dr. Sam.
Okay, so I would say that we popularly say that hypertension is a silent killer. That's the first thing we need to know.
Okay.
So when we say it is a silent killer, it means that it is not like your typical malaria that you start being feverish, you experience headache, abdominal pain, and then you quickly rush to the hospital when it starts. For hypertension, it's usually very silent. So you don't usually experience the symptoms at the early stages. So the symptoms are usually hidden. It is only when it gets to the emergency or urgency ranges that you start to exhibit the signs and then the symptoms, like severe headaches, dizziness. Sometimes some people can have blurry vision, abdominal pain. Some people can feel nauseous. It can cause vomiting, or you not to like difficulty breathing or chest pain, or your heart's beating more than usual, like palpitations. So these are the symptoms that you experience when it's already in high ranges, so it has already started causing certain issues with some of your organs. So that is why we say that is why he is not experiencing those symptoms now. But then I would advise him to quickly go to the hospital, get his BPs checked, probably do a BP profile. That is recording his BPs every morning and every evening, and then tracking it for say a week or 2. You can present it to the hospital, a nearby facility. It will be reviewed, and if it is necessary for you to do certain investigations, that's lab tests, or to put you on certain medications, you will be put on the medication.
I see. He said he had been there. He had been diagnosed of it. Okay, we have somebody on the line. Auntie Connie. Oh no, I think the line dropped. Forgive me. Auntie Connie, please try again. Please try again. We want to hear you. So he is above
Already,
40.
yeah.
He's been diagnosed already, but he doesn't seem to find any symptom in his body.
Very interestingly, just this week, I've had 2 similar cases where they are struggling to accept the fact that they've been diagnosed of hypertension, and because of that, they don't want to take the medications that they've been put on, because I'm not feeling anything, I'm okay, and then I just came to the hospital and they're telling me that I have hypertension.
So you're lying.
Yes, and so they don't believe it. But then, just as Dr. Sam said, hypertension starts off very silently. And before we diagnose you of hypertension, we tend to let you do the profile for at least a week.
Okay. We have somebody. Nana, right? Calling from Kaswa.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes. We can hear you, please.
Okay. I noticed you talking about drinking water first thing in the morning. I just want to ask, is it too much to drink about 2 sachets of water before breakfast in the morning?
Okay, is it too much to drink that much?
Yes.
Okay, before breakfast, right?
Yes.
Right. Dr. Sam, so that you don't lose your thoughts.
Okay, so I would say that it is actually okay if you are comfortable with it. Because the goal or the end purpose of the day is for you to do the 2 to 3 liters per day. As and when you want to do them, it depends on you. Just
so
that you don't have to
you don't have to clump it all together.
Exactly. You can space it out during the day so that you don't get overly, like you don't get so uncomfortable.
Right.
Yes. So if doing 2 is okay for you, it's actually okay. Like you feel normal. You don't feel so uncomfortable. You can actually do it.
Okay, take the 1 liter.
Exactly.
I see. Well, so you can drink 2. It's okay.
It's 2 to 3.
Yeah.
So 2 sachets will make 1 liter.
1 liter.
Okay.
And
That means you're doing 1 liter in the morning, 1 liter in the afternoon, 1 liter in the evening. That's perfect.
I see.
That's actually very good.
Okay. I'm learning from you, so I have to drink.
Yes. So addressing the hypertension problem. So before we diagnose you of having hypertension, we would have done the profile for a number of times.
Okay.
Would have done it at least a week. And then if the BPs, you are getting the systolic, that's the first one, the higher one, over 140. And then we are getting the diastolic, which is the lower one, over 90. You're good.
I'm learning.
Yes, over 90. For at least 2 occasions, it means that you are hypertensive, sorry. And I was telling one client that actually when you look at the criteria outside, once it starts, we want to put you on the antihypertensive medication because that's what would protect the heart. We call it cardiac remodeling. So you don't want, when the pressure is high, the heart has to bulk up as though it's doing exercises. Yes, exactly. And so when it happens like that, it loses its flexibility. And so you would have reduced space for the blood to come in and then pump out. And that's what will lead to all the other complications of hypertension. And so we start the medications to prevent the cardiac remodeling. As that for the average Ghanaian, my mother was put on antihypertensives for life. And so if I'm starting now, it means I'm going to be on it forever. And then they don't want to take it at all. I'll wait till I'm 50. But the thing is, by the time you wait till that time, exactly. So why wait till you are 50 when you've been diagnosed at 40? So just take it. Make sure that you are doing all the other things to manage your hypertension aside the medication, the exercising, the eating well, avoiding salt, because salt is a major contributing factor, and hydration, as we are talking about, and just take the medication. By God's grace, you'll be fine.
Amen to that. So, but that means that they take the medication for life.
Yes.
Does it ever get better for you to stop?
So there's been some situations where people have taken it for a long time and then now they are coming in with very low BPs. When it happens like that, so maybe the person may be on 3 medications because initially he or she was having very high BP levels. And so what we start doing is we start tapering the medications off. So probably we'll reduce it to 2 or 1. Sometimes it can actually go off, like we can take everything off, but it's not too common. It's not too common because people don't adhere to the medications. So they'll come in today, I'm at 180, tomorrow I'm at 140.
Well, I saw a dieting question. I thought that was really interesting. It says that, please, I've been seeing on social media okra and water water made out of okra and drank for skin lightening purposes. Is this good?
Skin lightening. Wow, interesting.
Yes. There's a caller? Okay, great. So good morning, Mr. Richmond. Rosemont. Oh, no. Okay, Rosemont, please call back. Yeah, so okra and water put together, over some time. I think I've seen that. I've also seen it. The only thing is that I just can't bring myself to drink water, just not cooked. But I've seen it a great number of times.
Raw
okra, put water in it, and then you keep it there for some time. That's what women would drink anything to look anyhow. Yes. So who do we go with? Dr. Sam?
Okay, so I would say that I haven't come across any research paper that talks about putting raw okra in water and then taking it for...
Okay, so we have Rahina too from Amamole. Good morning, Rahi.
Hello.
Please, how are you?
Oh, I'm fine. How about you?
I'm fantastic. Let's hear you.
All right. So I want to ask the lady doctor, what's the difference between normal aging and early signs of accident?
Okay, I like it, but except we didn't hear everything. So can you come back again a little slower?
So my question is, what's the difference between normal aging and early signs of arthritis?
Normal aging.
Yes.
Pain and then arthritis.
Yes.
That's a really great one, right? Yeah. So okay, Dr. Sam, so you don't lose thought on the other one.
Okay. So should I answer?
Yes.
This? Okay. So for normal aging processes, we know that as one ages, the bone will also age. Okay. And then there are usually for our joints, there are usually cartilages that support the bone.
Okay.
It's usually between the two bones that are coming together. And then because you've used it for a number of time, you have what we call wear and tear process that occurs. And so you realize that the cartilage will start wearing off. And now the two bones will come together. And
friction.
exactly, because of the friction, you tend to have pain. That's what we commonly call osteoarthritis. And is commonly associated with old age. But then there are other forms of arthritis, and arthritis is just pain in the bone, okay, or pain in the joints. There are other forms of arthritis. If a young person is getting arthritis, we are thinking of so many other things. Is it the antibodies that's fighting against it? Is it antibodies that are being produced and being deposited at the joint capsule? Those are different. So we can have rheumatoid arthritis, we can have other spondyloarthritis. It can be genetic, it can be in the family history, yes. So those are different. But then when we are coming to old age, when we are talking about the old age factors, it's mainly as a result of the osteoarthritis. With that, you realize that as you're doing something or you're working or walking for a long time, by the time you're resting, that's when you're having the pain. It's different from early morning symptoms. If you're having the early morning symptoms, once I wake up, I'm feeling stiffness, I'm feeling pain, especially in my small joints. If the pain is in my small joints, say my hands or my toes, it will make us think of something different. But then again, let me just add this. Some old people can also be predisposed to the other forms of arthritis, although commonly the osteoarthritis is what is mostly associated with the old age.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we have Stella, right, from Kanda. Josephine from Kanda. Yeah. Good morning, Josephine.
Good morning.
Yeah, I hope you're well. Talk to the doctors.
Okay. Please, my question is, I have an ankle problem. It has been a long time. It's this thing. When I was a kid, yes. So now I'm 28 years, and this ankle pain is still there.
I see.
Yes.
From what age exactly?
Please, you say?
From what age, if you can remember?
I can't really remember, but I was small. I was a little girl.
Was it an accident? Did you fall? Did you trip?
No.
Were you wearing your mother's high heels?
No.
Okay,
Have
I
you done
see.
any X-rays?
But have you done any X-rays? Have you gone to the hospital?
Yes. I went to the hospital and the doctor said they can't find anything. But I do have the pain on the ankle when I walk for a long time. But not too, even within a short distance, I do have that pain.
Okay, but another thing, are you weighty? Are you plump a little bit?
Not that much.
No.
What's your weight? Nobody would ask.
Not that much. It's okay. It's okay.
Does she know her weight actually?
But do you know your weight? Yeah. Can you tell us your weight?
Okay. The last time I went to a clinic to check, I was around 60 there.
60.
Okay. Yeah.
Is it just one?
Yes. Yes. One side. Okay. So here we are. She's not that weighty, okay?
Yeah,
so she's
not.
still slim and nice. So what could be the cause of that pain in the ankle?
So, the ankle joints have ligaments.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, and there's also some amount of cartilage in the joints. And so I'm wondering if she did an X-ray and then it showed that there was no fracture in the bone.
Okay.
And so that was okay. But then when we are thinking of something to do with the ligament, we'd want to do an MRI. That's a little higher and it's more expensive. Yes.
MRI?
Yes. So
that was only for.
Oh no, you can do MRI.
Really? Interesting.
Yes.
I see. So they do that for
the ankle. Yes, okay. For the whole foot, and then we'll be able to assess whether there's a ligamental tear that has been causing, because it looks like it's been for some time.
Very long.
Yes. So I would advise that she comes in, and then she actually makes the request to her GP, and then it will be done for her. If Dr. Sam wants to add something. That's it.
Okay, so we have a video of the okra thingy.
Okay.
I was talking about. Just so you know that, I mean, we'll do anything for anything. So that's it. Okra water. So they chop okra, okay? Very small, really, really small. You put it in a glass, add water, regular water to it, and keep it in the fridge. And then after some time, you can drink it. I know people at home are wondering, like, ew, what's that? But I've seen it. I've seen it a good number of times. I just haven't had the courage to do it, right? Because I'm thinking, how's that going to ever go in the taste? So, Doc, there it is.
So, as I started saying earlier, I haven't come across any research paper or I haven't seen any scientific evidence yet. But one thing is that okra contains certain nutrients that is generally good for general skin care.
Oh.
So probably that is why the people who take it.
I see.
Yes.
I see. So, okay. So if you're a certain tribe, then you can't have a nice skin because you know it's okra. I see. Yeah. Wow. Well. Today, I think the time really it's gone, right? Anyway, but for all those who called in, thank you for doing so, and those who sent messages. Fantastic, great. For our Nigerian brothers and sisters, it gets us a B. Thank you. Well, but we're on again next week, just asking the doctors the things that are bothering us. And then, I mean, I know that it's been very fruitful, doctors giving us advice and all of that. Let's make it a habit to keep ourselves in check. If you have any problem, get to a hospital and get it checked out and ask the right questions. Doctors are there. That's why they are there. Don't worry. That's why they went to school. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Sam and Dr. Joanna from the Life Healthcare Clinic. And also thank you to the Bank Hospital for supporting the morning show. Up next, just after this, right, we're going to be talking about health and fitness. Don't miss that. No, don't miss it. We'll be back.
decree today that the power of God that is coming upon your life, no enemy will touch you and go free.
Experience the power. Take dominion.
Say the name of Jesus. I prophesy. Doors of favor.
Action Chapel's Dominion Hour. Now, live, this and every Thursday on Dominion TV.
And from today, you will be stronger than any enemy.
We go around just making statements that are not even biblical. God reveals to redeem. It's not in the Bible. God reveals so we can walk, so we can enforce the word of God and the scriptures over the enemy's intent.
Any hope and expectation the enemy has concerning your family and your loved one, by the eternal blood of Jesus, we override that hope. We override that expectation. Put your hands together and override it.
The Voice of Inspiration, weekdays and Saturdays at 8:30 p.m. only on Dominion TV.
Poverty makes you do what you otherwise would not do. Wealth makes you live the way you wish to live. But revenge cancels the lines between poverty and riches.
It's either you're saying something progressive, or I'll just tell your wife that I'm carrying your child.
Where is my father? Now that he's coming closer to the community,
My puppy go forget your own plans, so I go forget my own.
Hooray! Dominion TV is now also a digital terrestrial free-to-air channel. This means you can watch us in Ghana from your digital TV without any subscription. Just rescan your channels on your digital TV to access it. How? On your digital TV, press the menu or settings button and choose auto-tuning, auto-search, or the appropriate options to scan your channels and look for Dominion TV. Enjoy some of Africa's best Christian lifestyle programming from Dominion TV.
Hi, friend. Where are we going today?
Just use your imagination.
Go, go!
My family is the only thing that matters to me right now.
This is the stuff that you read about.
These guys are the best.
GOtv's ready to take you from your hometown to roaring stadiums and even on international adventures. So let's go together, from home or on the go with GOtv Stream.
Sounds like a great idea.
Woohoo! GOtv. Love it.
I wanted to make it a surprise.
Why?
I knew the dramatic appearance would excite everyone.
I've been looking for you for a very long time.
Why are you so intimidated?
But you just complain that I'm fat.
But you are fat.
Here is my son.
Give me what I want and I will set you free. Stop! Jesus has set me free. Yes, Lord.
Welcome back. Thank you very much. It may be a coincidence, but of course it's all planned, that in the month of June, right, we're able to call it rejuvenate, revitalize. I mean, there must be a shift in paradigm, conscious one. The way we're doing things earlier, especially from January to May, if you were excited about it, why not continue? And if it sits in the things we're discussing and the sensitization, of course, the education we have been giving all through, well to good. I would even love to hear what you have been doing all throughout that is working for you. But if you have not, like some of us who have not kept to the schedules we've done, of course, call them resolutions, and the changes we wanted to see, then it is only okay that we use this medium to educate. As far as we are entertaining as well, we can also educate and, of course, inform you. And so be sure that in the month of June, you're going to be having a lot of health conversations, realignment as far as your personal needs and goals are concerned, your corporate needs, family needs, all of these things will come up. And that's why we're excited that we are able to assemble these great minds from various fields and experiences as well, who are able to tell us what to do, what not to do, based on what they have experienced. Is that okay? Right. So welcome to that conversation, the big one, faith meets fitness. So in all of these, you're going to be hearing a lot of fitness, a lot of ways you can stay fit, but faith also ties in. It's a big deal for us here. So we are resetting our body and soul. It's not the reset. I mean, it's the reset, but not the reset. Julius Everme Agbagba is a dietitian with the University of Ghana Medical Center. He joins us. Thank you very much for coming. Kofi Fitness, I know you missed him, but he's here in studio for the first time, like in person. Yeah. It's good to have you. Thank you. Great. And he's a fitness coach. Mark the Son is Kingdom Fitness and Health Advocates. And so as and when he appears, the designation changes. And so you see him as a host, right? Of course, the face is not, you've seen him over and over. But today, for the purposes of this discussion, is a Kingdom Fitness and Health Advocate. Sarah Mamakwazasu is a life and marriage coach. She's also going to be joining us. Always on time. Always on time. Always. It's good to see you. Thank you. But of course, it's good to have the men in studio, of course. They're very strong women out there as well. As much as possible, let's have a conversation that resonates with everyone, right? And let's have that. So in between both of you is an experience. So you're coming from, if you like, an expertise point of view is also coming from there. But there's a man in the middle who has experienced the changes that you have been spoken about and have taught a lot of people. Share your story in about 2 minutes with us.
Sure, Koku. So, thank you very much. Let me do this because it's quite important to me. So, today is the 5th of June. Okay. And it's actually my big sister's birthday. Okay, cool. I told her.
Big sister?
Yes. I told her I was going to honor her today, Anita Agbasi. Yes. And she's just great. I mean, the first time I had the Bible, she bought me my Bible.
Wow.
And I remember when we were young, I had this injury on my leg. I had a cut from a broken bottle.
Right.
And we were very young. She was just in junior high school.
Okay.
She literally picked out her handkerchief, put pressure on it, tied the whole thing, carried me to a clinic.
Tell me she's a nurse today.
She's not a nurse. She's a teacher. But her proactiveness and knowledge took me to the clinic. The clinic, believe it or not, sacked us that we were causing a lot of stains with the blood, so we should get out. We had to get out. She held me, her arms, put me close and told me, don't worry, Daddy will be here soon. You'll be okay. Wow. And I just want to honor her. So,
yes. Happy
Anita,
birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yes. Is she watching?
She should be watching.
Yes.
I told her to watch, but she didn't know I was going
to. She's beautiful.
Yes. I came right after her, so I took a bit of
that we can discuss later. I think we can discuss that later. It's a discussion that could come up later. But for now, it doesn't connect at all. But that's just, by the way, happy birthday to you, Anita.
Thank you for that.
Right.
Well, so I've been active all my life. I'm a choreographer, so I dance a lot. But I also eat a lot at irregular hours.
Okay.
And I loved chocolate. Now I'm using the past tense because now I don't. But I could literally buy myself a chocolate cake this big, sit in my room and eat it for dinner.
Oh, wow.
And that's it. And that's before that, I probably would have taken double chocolate muffins.
Oh.
And I would eat like that. But the strange thing was that I wasn't getting fat. Because I was living an active life on campus and all that. And then come 2021, I have COVID. And everything changes. My COVID went in with a lot of complications afterwards. And medication wasn't just helping. And of course, with COVID, from one antibiotics to the next, and everything has its own side effects and all that. And I was just being faced with grim news after grim news after grim news till I just noticed that, wait. In fact, I was doing a lot of researches, let me put it that way. And I discovered a lot of dietitians and then speaking about how just your food culture could change everything. And I just started that.
I see.
I went into keto. Now, I use my body as an experiment. I went to paleo diet, I went to keto diet. I was just all over the place, whichever one would work. What worked for me was intermittent fasting and keto.
Okay.
And with research, I came to see the evil that excess carbs actually cause.
I see.
And I came to the conclusion. Number 3 things that you must watch in your life. Number 1 is your eating culture. Number 2 is your body activity culture.
Okay.
And number 3 is your sleeping culture.
I see.
I think everything revolves around these 3.
Interesting, very, very interesting. And so that's the quick story. Of course, if you were to break it down, that's a hell of experience there. I mean, a lot of people don't want to go through that, especially COVID, the complications that come with it. So he might have said it simply, but that's
9
a lot.
months. 9 months.
That's a lot.
That's how long it took for me to come back.
You get to hear a lot of these stories, and surprisingly, it's coming from that one need that everybody cannot do without: food. So people come to the hospital, and it's because they are not eating well. And you tell us there must be a formula, and they are telling you, what formula? I have the money, I have to buy food. The body needs it. That's the craving. And you are saying formula. What's the balance like?
Well, Hippocrates puts it this way. Eat your food like medicine, or a time will come where you have to take your medicine like food.
Ouch. Say that again. It hits hard. Let it hit harder.
So you say, it's either you, let me paraphrase.
Right.
It's either you eat your medicine, your food now like a medicine, and you know for medicine, it has dosages, it has time that you take it and all those things. Or a time will come where you have no choice than to eat your medicine like food. You have to take it in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, and probably use some as snacks. So, I mean, it's the issue of experience, choice, and accessibility.
Okay.
So we're discussing this, that for quite a number of us, you come from a background where you have a restricted access to certain things. Then you get to a point where you can afford. So you say, oh, now I have the power. So let me just indulge in whatever I can do.
That's right.
Be it probably you were restricted, maybe not because there was not a means, but because your parents thought it was not healthy, or they thought, I mean, or in your geographical space, it was not there. So when you get to an environment where everything is there, then you just binge and eat. But when the issue sets in, and you know, humans as we are, when we have problems, we look for solutions.
Okay.
If I don't face a problem and you are telling me that, oh, try and prevent this, it sounds more like, what's the word for it? It sounds more like something that I cannot see physically.
Right.
So I don't appreciate it. But when issues come, you check your blood sugar is high, or you eat something, your stomach hurts, then because of the discomfort, then you are forced to look for solutions that work. And when this happens, one of the killers is Google. People just go online and then look for, what do I do when I have this? And you realize people have tons of opinions about things that you are going on, and some of them are so ridiculous. But the best way to do it is to seek professional help. I mean, even if you are looking for the information on Google, see who is giving you the information and see where the information is coming from. And when you do this, then you are able to appreciate some of the changes you make.
I see.
And Martha's son make the comment. Mark the Sun, sorry. Mark the Sun made the comment that what worked for him was keto.
Right.
And the intermittent fasting.
Yeah.
Now, there's a lot of craze out there about different kinds of dietary patterns that people should make. But you realize that it's not this thing that works for everybody.
Right.
So with the help and guidance of professionals, you're able to notice what works for you.
Right.
So it is good that whilst we are looking for solutions, we look for appropriate persons or professionals who can actually provide this.
When I come back to you, we'll talk about accessibility, because you see, if you are accessible, I could just walk to you.
Yeah.
I don't know how much you charge me, even if it's affordable. I could walk to you anytime.
Accessibility is about the food, not about the professional.
But my point is, how can I speak to a professional?
Okay.
Because if these are the people I need to hear from really, then where are they? How much would they charge me? if the issue about eating irregularly, it has to do with me not having much, and that's why I eat at very irregular times, or when I get it, I want to eat it to cover a session, means there's a money issue there. So if I have to come and pay, we'll talk about that very soon.
Sure.
Fitness is seen, forgive me, and the kind of job you do is seen to be for the elite. Do you know that people think that because of how you dress, the way you have, time and the payments to you, people like you, people feel it's for the elite. And so people really do not, it does not resonate with them. With the regular people. So how do you, let maybe demystify that, then we come to how you make it very easy for us that even if we don't come to you, you can just do regular things. That helps us.
Yeah, the misconception, which is a very misconception, is that you have to be doing well or you have to be rich to be able to take care of your body, right? It's a myth. You don't have to come to someone like me to get trained. You can start gradually just by walking. Walking itself is an exercise. And if, like I always say, consistency. Right. If you walk and you're consistent with it, every day you're walking, even if it's just a half a mile, but you're being consistent with it, you'll see results. And with the exercise, you don't need to come to a gym. There's exercises that you can do in the house without weights, without any expensive coach, which are also beneficial to your body.
Right.
It's just about being willing to do it.
Right. The issue has to do with the excuses and the alibi that we give. Oh, yes. We live in Accra. Yes. We come to work early in the morning. We have to wake up. By the time we are in Trotro for a long time, we have to go and cook for the kids. So we don't have a lot of time to exercise.
Yes.
And that is why I'm bloating like this. So.
And that's what they say.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you, if you're working out, if you're doing 10 minutes a day.
Right.
Rigorous fitness training. Right. You'll get the results.
Okay. 10 minutes a day.
10 minutes a day. That's all you need. I can train you right now. 10 minutes. You'll burn at least 500 calories in 10 minutes. I can make you burn 500 calories. So it's not about the time. It's about putting in the work and making sure that is rigorous.
I see. When I come back to remind me to talk about the times that are very effective, because I like the evening ones. People have also told me it's not that effective. Let me go online. Let's talk to Saram now. Saram, if you can hear me, I'm sure you're enjoying the men in the studio as well. So let's get to hear from you as well. And I want you to come from that angle where probably you want to back it with what the word says. Is there explicitly in the word that speaks about the issues of exercising, and was it stated that way? Is there any connection you can give? I'm sure Mark the son is also interested in this one, but you start it off.
Right. Thank you, Koku. It's like a pre-Beijing party in the studio.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Thank you, gentlemen, for sharing your thoughts. I'm here, but I'm relearning, right?
Right.
And like Koku said, I mean, from the believer's point of view, and as the topic rightly says, what happens when your faith meets fitness? And I summarized it, and in fact, all the gentlemen have summarized it. What you eat and how you exercise and your rest patterns. Those are the three very key things that I've summarized. And from the biblical point of view, the Bible says that our body is God's temple.
That's right.
So from a personal perspective, how you treat your body is an act of worship to the Creator.
That's right.
So how you manage your body in terms of what you eat, how you exercise, and how you rest your body is an act of worship to the Creator.
That's right.
And the dietitian was mentioning food. God in His wisdom made our food to be nourishment and medicine. From the very onset, God made our food to be nourishment, and He declared them good for food, and they also serve as medicine. So indeed, if we consciously stick to what we know which is what God created, food in their natural habitat.
Right.
I believe that they help build our system in such a way that they are able to resist all forms of attacks and sicknesses. Because in the olden days, most of our grandmothers and grandfathers were not exposed to some of the food we eat. And they were the healthiest, they lived the longest. So for me, the bottom line also has to do with choices. Most of what my experts, Kofi Fitness, the dietitian, and Mark the Sun will share today, I don't believe that it is new information to most of our listeners. Right. It's a matter of choices. So let me put it in the context of the Bible again. In the book of Daniel, maybe most people are familiar with this this passage, that Daniel asked that he and his 3 friends should not be fed with the food of the king. The rich, sumptuous, probably oily food from the table of the king. No. He wanted to live on vegetables and water. For 10 days, Daniel and his friends lived on vegetables and water. And he dared the king that at the end of these 10 days, compare us to people who are living and feasting off your food. And whatever your decision is, you can use it to judge what you do to us.
Okay.
And what happened? They turned out to be healthier than those who were feasting at the table of the king. So essentially, Daniel at one point on a spiritual level made a decision not to defile himself with the king's food. But on the physical level, it was a decision that kept his body healthier and stronger than people who were choosing to eat differently.
Right.
So there is now what we call the Daniel fast. A lot of people just practice it for the sake of either detoxifying their bodies or setting themselves in a motion of prayer. And people do it up to about 21 days, not even just the 10 days.
Right.
So in the picture of faith and fitness, I feel like if you take God as someone you love, I mean, naturally, you want to maintain yourself to look good for your lover, right?
Okay.
So these are choices you make. You are in love with God. He says your body is his temple. So you want to look good for your lover. And it is ultimate self-love.
Yeah.
You love yourself enough to take care of your body in such a way that it is appealing to your partner. Not even for your partner, for yourself first. Self-love, self-care, and the choices that you make. I like what Kofi Fitness said. Sometimes when you mention the word workouts, it scares people. But it's a matter of, personally, I have even settled for gentle exercises that are effective.
Right.
Moves that you can actually stand in one place in 10 minutes, like he said, and you even feel it in your own body before you set out to start.
I see.
So Kwaku, don't use the evening style, because the evening style, if it fails you, it means you are done for the day. Aim for the morning. Aim for the morning, so that if you miss the morning, you can do evening. But if you aim for evening and anything happens, you get home late, you get home tired, you miss it, and you say, oh, tomorrow. The same thing happens tomorrow.
Right.
1 week would have passed.
Right.
So essentially, love your body enough, love your God enough to make choices that keep you healthy, choices that keep your body looking good for yourself first before any other person, and a body that you can actually live a long life in.
I see. So I'm just used 1 minute to deflate my
eveningness.
It didn't even come to Kofi Fitness. So say I'm just deflated it. But it's all right. Cool E Bender says, I'm Cool Bender from Liberia. Thanks for the show. Thanks as well. ST Love says, thanks for the show. Emmanuel Nyani is watching us from London. We're grateful. Tukani Chonko says, Amen. I'm from South Africa, Pretoria. We're grateful. We have a lot of people watching us. And of course, I think this particular message was for the other segment. Ophelia Sumeng said, there are many people going for herbal treatment and complicating their condition. Doc, please, can you speak to that? I'm sure we'll have to reserve that, and producer, take note of that so we can answer that particular question. If you see the three of us, if he were to cover well, a lot of people would have said that I was the one that was healthier, and that is more dadaba than all of you. Because that is what we have come to understand. Kofi Fitness was talking about back in senior high school, the bigger boys were seen to be dadabas, and the tiny guys like Everme is said to be the poor guys. That's it. It's a mindset.
It's a mindset. Let me say two things. One, from our bodies being a temple. I think we don't fully understand that statement. Your body is not yours.
Okay.
It doesn't belong to you. Yeah. See, God has bought that house. You no longer own that house to put the chair where you want to put it. You know, in Romans 12:1, we are told to present the body, give it up. It's not yours, and it's supposed to honor God. So you need to be careful. That's right. Exactly what you put. And there are warnings in the Bible about not contaminating the body with what we eat. But anyway, like Koku, like you're saying, you know, before I took health serious, right? You know, I had a rounded face. You know, I won't say pretty much like you, but like, yeah.
Don't do that. You just said it.
I had a rounded face, and I was all, you know, I wasn't fat in any sense, but you could see. Right. And when I started putting health into my lifestyle, the first thing I started losing was actually fat that was not good for me. You know, I thought I was going to be slim, and everybody thought I was sick, genuinely, you know, but I was rather losing off that which was not good for the body. So it's a mindset. When we see people,
because immediately you go down. I mean, how you were looking,
yes,
and then you switch. You say, "Hey, are you okay?"
Everybody asks me, "Are you okay?"
Why?
That's the first thing.
Why? And they get worried.
Yes,
for you. Genuinely, my world. You wanted to share. I mean, when we come, you say you wanted to share some 10 commandments. Before we talk about access to that, if you want to share that, I'll be very glad. But my point, while you look, is to say I would have loved to see a lot of people. You are my friend, so when I come, I'm sure you would have done it either for free or a lot of discounts. But people might not know you, and they don't have access to. So that's why Google will become our friend. How do we have access to people like you and without paying much?
Okay, so there are dietitians at a lot of the hospitals.
Okay.
Ideally, there's supposed to be dietitians at I think even at the district level, there should be dietitians. They should be involved in the primary health care all the way up. But, you know, when it comes to employment, because currently, like since 2019, no dietitian has been employed by the government.
Huh? Oh,
wow. Yes. So,
since 2019?
Since 2019. Since those who graduated in 2019, no dietitian has been employed. So there are lots of people at home, and some of them have ventured into private practice. So you can actually contact them on the
which has become very expensive.
Yes,
because private more is not discounted, it's not subsidized, right?
Yeah, but you can find dietitians in the hospitals. Yeah.
Guys, can you dietitians, if you're watching me, can you start Facebook Live and some Facebook things? I'm sure once we are liking and sharing, you get your money, and then you can give us the knowledge for free as well. I think that's good, right?
Yes, that's good. But it's at the end of the day, dietitian also has to eat.
Oh my word!
So that I have enough energy to worship God.
But share with me the 10 commandments before I come to Kofi Fitness.
So where I put together some 10 commandments that I think would resonate with this program.
Right.
Let me just scroll up.
Right. Well, so we're talking. Right. Go ahead.
See that the first commandment.
Yes.
It's in old King James version.
Okay.
Thou shalt eat to the glory of God.
Okay.
Meaning, whether you eat or drink, do it all for the glory of God.
Okay.
And the second commandment, thou shalt honor thy body as the temple of the Holy Spirit.
Of course, of course, Sarah also.
The third commandment, thou shalt not live by bread alone, but by balanced meals.
Okay, that's interesting.
Then the fourth one, remember the meal times and keep them holy. So do not skip meals or binge in secret. Set regular peaceful times to eat and then reflect.
So there's no excuse that I came back late from work. This is the only time I have to eat and all of that. When it's time to eat, you go and eat.
Yes.
It shouldn't be.
Or as fitness was suggested.
Right.
And you pack your food too when it's
Yes.
time to eat.
People think that is lame. As much as I think that even buying food in our own bowls must be brought back. So how I feel that one minister would start it. So I'm going to buy wache, and today we saw that because that practice was healthy. You took your bowl. Yeah. What do you think? But people think, hey, you are lame.
People think it's
Charlie, you guy pan.
If you carry your lunch bag in trust.
I think because we live in a pretentious society.
Right.
Because otherwise, why would someone packing their food, one, you're saving money.
Mm-hmm.
Two, you know exactly what's in the food
that
you're eating.
That's right.
So why would that be lame if not for pretentiousness? I think it's one of the smartest things you can do to save money, number one. Two, health reasons.
That's right.
Because if you're taking care of yourself, you know what you need.
Yeah.
So you know the ingredients that you need in your food.
Right.
So to me, is one of the best things you can do is prepare your food yourself. Take it to work instead of going out and buying fast food on your lunch break or whatever. Take your own food, balance it off. Have your apple or whatever it is, some type of fruit, some vegetables, and some protein.
Yeah.
With a little bit of carbs.
Yeah.
That's all.
Okay. A big shout outs to Jonas and I think I get to see Eben also do that. But they are getting spots these days because of us.
They are following my advice.
All of them.
I can list all of them.
Okay.
I've been training them.
They've trained them. That's good. They'll get you after the show. Let's continue with it before we do.
So the sixth commandment is, thou shalt not use food to numb the soul.
Okay.
So some people, when they are hurt or stressed, they do emotional eating.
Okay.
So it said, tend to prayer, not the pantry. Feed the spirit, not just the flesh. That's the sixth commandment. So the seventh commandment is that thou shalt practice moderation, not gluttony. So even good food in excess can become harmful. So you should watch out.
Yes. People who eat kinky for. You see, yeah.
So this is my favorite.
Okay.
This is my favorite.
There are people still out.
And then and also, these days, because of this social media create where they say go and get the platter of this food, so you realize that people tend to eat too much. They just binge eat.
Overindulgence.
Right.
Yeah.
So number 8, thou shalt prepare thy food with wisdom and love. It means you should plan meals, cook at home, and choose fresh seasonal ingredients whenever possible. The 9th one, thou shalt share thy bread with the hungry. This one, not just the hungry, but with other people. It's a Christian value.
Right.
It shows love, it shows commitment, belongingness.
Then it also helps you to cut down
won't
the size and all of that.
You also won't overeat.
Okay, yes.
But sometimes you have to know yourself, because there are some people that when they are eating in group, they eat more. So when you know yourself, then you know whether you should eat with somebody or eat your part, give some out to some other person. Then the 10th one is, thou shalt give thanks before every meal.
Okay.
So pause, pray, be present. There are some people that they will be like, in Ewe they will say, yes.
It
means, God, we are in a hurry.
Yes.
Then they start
Charlie, God, shabu, so there you go. So be present. What of us, for those of us who love to be on phone, we are still busy for nothing actually, but we are on phone and we are still eating.
It's also not healthy because, screen times, it makes you to eat more because you are distracted. So there are some people who watch movies whilst eating and then they eat more. And then also for kids, meal times are for family interaction, for communication, for the children to learn what the parents are doing, how table manners and all those things. So if you are spending this time on the screen, they lose out on that kind of connection. So as Christians, we need to watch those things and bring up better generation.
I see. Water. Once you're exercising, you take a lot of water. But a lot of people, people like me as well, maybe because I'm not exercising, and that's why I don't take in a lot of it. So the only time I get to take water is when I'm eating. It's even as bad as anything. I know I can see the dietitian. So that's why you encourage us to do a lot of exercising, right?
Yeah, but water is very important. So even whether you're exercising or not, you need water. Average person, you should take in at least about 5 bottles of water a day. I do between 4 and 6. Right, bottles of the 500 millimeter water. You need water. Water cleanses you. It helps so many ways. So there's nothing wrong with drinking water.
That's right. That's right. The exercising, and now, I mean, we've been always connecting with you. I mean, back in the day when we started, those ones, and I'm coming back to the same thing. The forms, just give us, you started off the forms of exercising that people can, even maybe if they missed out and they get to work, what can they do when they're at work and all of that, these basic ones?
Yeah, good question. So let's say you're an office person and you're in a rush, you get up in the morning, zoom, you take a shower and you have to go to work.
Yes.
You get to work, you have 10 minutes before you start work.
Okay.
Use your chair.
Okay.
Just use your chair. Even just standing up and sitting down is an exercise.
Okay.
Okay. Touch your toes. Touch your waist. Raise your hands. That's an exercise.
Okay.
And that you can do in just a small little space, office space.
Okay.
So the bottom line is there's never any excuse not to do fitness, not to take care of your body, whether it's food intake or exercising. There's always a will, there's always a way. So it's all about, like we say, it's all about the mindset.
That's right.
You know, first thing you have to do is get your mind right that, yes, I need to do these things for my own benefit.
Yes.
I have to eat right for my own benefit. I have to eat at certain times for my own benefit. I have to work out for my own benefit.
Sarah, let me come to you. Away from the faith conversation is one that has to do with policy, national policy, call it. Ever since the time I got to know you, you wear a lot of African things. You look a lot of African. I mean, the beads you wear, they are Ghanaian and African. I don't know about your diet. I've not seen you eat that much, but I've seen you wear a lot of things. Even right now, I can see you wear the Ghanaian, outfit. There's the policy, because right now, I mean, we're talking before we came in. Elsewhere, we are told that the fast foods are for those who cannot afford. I didn't want to say poor. But here, rather, when you go into the fast foods, and I don't have to mention any name of the brand, it's rather where, so you meet a girl today and say, oh, I'm taking you, let's go and eat at home. And say, no, let's go to this place. And that's where the junk is. Is it by way of policy? Can we correct these things because you were in that space? Is there a way we can do that?
Well. That's a heavy one, Koku. But then let me start by saying that if we need policy as a people to help us to eat well, then there's something wrong with us. Because, I mean, like we are saying, it's a matter of appreciating your own life, and then knowing what is healthy, what is unhealthy, and what goes in there and what shouldn't go in there. That was on the lighter note. But on a more serious note, I think we can go back to the issue of mindset, right? Because personally, when I look around now, you see that I think the element of the supply of the junk food has often just been to meet the demand.
Right.
So if the demand is going down, the supply will naturally go down. But when you look around closely these days, you realize that a lot of the eateries that have come up, a lot of the places where you have the liberty of ordering food conveniently these days, every caterer or food vendor is shifting towards healthy options because that is what the people are demanding.
Oh, really?
So you find some of them, yes, even delivering your food now wrapped in leaves. The food is in a leaf before it is put in the pack, maybe to avoid leakages and all that. Because let me use the word, we are woke. The people that are eating the food are now woke. They are listening to conversations like this. They are making one change at a time. So I even saw a new advert recently. They prepared tilapia. It is packed inside the leaf before the banku, and now we are all reading about the impact and the effects of packing banku in what do you call it, in the plastic bags and all of that. So a lot of people are now packaging food in smaller bowls. So you now buy the food and your banku comes in a small bowl, not in rubber.
Okay.
You might pay a little more for it, but it will surprise you that most corporates are actually now paying for that and investing in it. So it's a matter of mindset and what we as a people want. In terms of policy, I believe that even from the Ministry of Agri perspective, the more we are promoting this Eat Ghana agenda, like under the Visit Volta agenda, one of the things we are promoting is Eat Volta, Eat Ghana. And you realize that the message is going down. People are eating more Ghanaian food. See, even around during the year, in terms of events, calendars in the capital, I don't know about other places. Now we have the Akle Festival. People go there to eat and pepper and all kinds of soup just to taste other people's food. There is the Wache Fest. There was the Angwamu Festival somewhere. There's Kenke Fest. So somehow, yes, I think as our leaders are preaching it, the onus lies on us as citizens and as those who actually eat the food. And I think that we are really getting somewhere. I don't know if some of these actions are going beyond the capital.
Okay.
But I think there's a movement.
Okay.
There's a wave, and like.
Oh, okay. Well, okay, we'll get back to Serum very soon. So that was the context. That was maybe I didn't provide it well to say that some of us started wearing a bit of smock, the Batakari, because we saw GM always put it on, Mr. President John Dramani Mahama, and it looks good. So I want the color that GM wore and that kind of thing. And so if they can start doing it, if the policy is that we grow, we eat what we grow and all of that, I think it will gravitate towards it. And that's what I felt like I wanted to bring. I don't know about it. Now that they have not even employed any of dietitians in the public.
Well, I think on the nutrition and dietetic front, we've been busy lately with some of these advocacies and policies. Just recently, we ended the front of pack warning label advocacy.
What's that?
Where we are advocating that if there's too much salt in the food, let the consumer know.
Label it.
If there's too much fat in the food, let the consumer know. If there's too much sugar in the food, let the consumer know. So that the consumer appreciates that if whatever I take in, even though I'm buying it with my own money, these are the consequences that I might get. You know, when you see the cigarette packs, they draw the lungs, the kidneys, and all those things, and how they get bad because of tobacco. So we are also saying that there should be some kind of warning label.
That's right.
And then we also had the Alliance for Healthy Living that we are partnering with, that we want them to put tax on sugar-sweetened beverages. Because now it is sad that at every event, even at church program, at Sunday schools, they are giving sugar-sweetened beverages to the children, and these things are detrimental to their health. So we want to make it more, not attractive to people. I mean, people should go for a better choice. And I think the Food and Drugs Authority is also helping because now they are vetting and approving the adverts. Because I came across one advert the last time that I was not happy with. So it was a mother who has sent the child, with a child to the market, and the mother was picking fruits. Then the child wanders off and goes to see a sugar-sweetened beverage, comes to pull the mother from the fruits, and then to go to buy the sugar-sweetened beverage.
And it was FDA approved?
Yeah, I think by then, and we raised issues and it was pulled down.
Oh, I see.
And I asked, what does it? What I mean, what kind of message does it send? You, the mother, is supposed to teach the child how to do the right thing, and you, the mother, knows that the fruit is good. you are standing by the fruit, and the child rather comes to pull you to go and choose something that is bad.
Yeah.
So FDA has also been very careful. Then UNICEF also introduced this healthy school initiative, where they are saying that they shouldn't have, noodle signboards as at school children. Near schools. They shouldn't have signboards advertising these kind of sugar sweetened beverages. And that the children should either be given an egg a day or a fruit a day.
That's right.
I mean, we are not religiously following it, but I think there are initiatives that are coming up. Then the school feeding program.
Yes.
Even though it's not being implemented as it's supposed to be, because sadly, there are no dietitians involved. But at least children are no longer hungry in school. And I mean, these initiatives, even though they are not to the point where we want them to be, I think they are a step in a good.
Is there a thing you want to say? Finally, we have to go.
Yes. I just want to help from these are the experts.
Yes.
Okay. But usually it's seen as it's expensive to eat healthy.
That's right.
It's expensive to live healthy. You need to buy a lot of salad and salad cost and so on and so forth. And this is what I saw with my experience, that our Ghanaian foods are naturally healthy and their combinations are correct, but our proportions is what probably we miss it. Okay. So a typical dish is somebody buys wache, then they will buy spaghetti, then they will add gari. All these things are in one class of foods. That's carbohydrates.
You don't need all that.
Before they will buy sausage, then they will buy egg, and then they will buy fish. You can spend the same amount, but make that food healthier by skipping the gari, skipping the pasta, okay, and buy proteins with it, or buy salad with that.
If you say pasta.
Oh, okay, so spaghetti.
Yes.
All right, spaghetti.
If we were on another station, we would have said talia.
Yes. Buy kinky. Maybe you want to eat 2 balls of kinky. Buy 1 kinky. The other 5 CDs or whatever amount, rather increase that into veggies or proteins. I noticed that with just the same amount of money, roughly, that you spend on making foods unhealthy, you can use the same amount to make it healthy. And on the exercise front, I do a lot of walking. I park when I have to go and buy something, I deliberately park my car a bit of distance away from that place. I don't drive straight to that point.
Okay.
And then go. Those when I was picking an Uber or whatever, I don't take an Uber to my house. Okay. I stop somewhere else and then I walk in. Because that's the only form of exercise I have. I come to the office in the morning and straight to if I don't do that. So, like he's saying, just literally sit down. This is the question that changed everything for me. I sat down and I asked myself, how long do you want to live? And how well do you want to enjoy that life?
That's right. That's all. That's all. That's that. How about you? Final words.
My final word is consistent. Be consistent.
Right.
In everything you do with your food that you take in, be consistent with proportionalizing it and making sure you're eating the right items.
That's right.
And exercise.
Right.
Be consistent. If you're just gonna do 10 push-ups a day, make sure you're consistent with it and do it every time that you're supposed to do it. You'll see results. So consistency is all I can say.
Right. So we'll be back. So Sarah, is Sarah on? Okay. I'm not sure she is.
Yes, I'm here.
So just a minute to quickly wrap up. Time is fast spent.
Yeah, I got cut off earlier. I mean, I think we have said a lot. My takeaway for any listener is this. Under the principle of Ikigai, one of the things you learn is that you should not eat until you feel your belly is full.
Right.
By the time you feel that your belly is full, you have already overfed. And then my cousin, who is a food scientist, will tell you that your stomach isn't a dustbin.
Ouch.
So when you eat and you are full, you are full. Stop thinking about the wastes that the food might go to and want to just stuff yourself with it. Your stomach isn't a dustbin. And remember that your stomach, including your stomach and your entire body, you are a temple of God and you must keep it clean, you must keep it active, you must make it work for your creator and for yourself for as long as you live. Thank you.
Thank you. Wow, this issue of Daniel and his vegetable choice has really revealed and opened my eyes. Thanks for this ongoing show. And that's according to Gospel and Joku sending us that message. It's been a wonderful time, guys. Thank you. Thank you. And that was Sarah Amakbazasu, who is a life and marriage coach. Kofi Fitness is fitness coach. Thank you. Right. Okay, I'm coming. Mark the Son is a kingdom fitness and health advocate on the show. When you see him again hosting, he'll be a host. Right. Julius Evamagbagwa is a dietitian at the University of Ghana Medical Center. You want to say something?
Yeah, I just wanted to add that July is our Nutrition Awareness Month.
Oh, okay. So we'll have time.
We'll be doing a lot of education on
through UGMC or
no, through the Ghana Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, our professional body.
Right. So you have money, so you can just come and pay. Then we can have.
You can sponsor us, and then
exactly. You can also pay. It will be discounted. It will be discounted, and of course that's Julius Evamagbagwa. Is a dietitian at the University of Ghana Medical Center. It's been a good time. We've run today, and of course most of you have watched. Keep your comments coming in, and of course stay glued to Dominion TV. We're back tomorrow to do it all over again. This has been Wake Up Africa. My name is Kokulumo. God bless you. Bye-bye.